Hi, I'm Maddie Hockaday, also known as the Anne of this relationship.
And I'm Holly Constant, the Leslie.
We love Parks and Rec, we love behind the scenes.
And we love each other. This is literally the best Parks and Recreation rewatch show.
We're your park pals.
There's the park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Okay, now it's on. Okay, it's off. Okay, great. Okay, sorry. Continue your moments of what were you asking, Brookelynn? Did Ivan help pick it out?
Oh yeah, I was asking if Ivan picked out the ring by himself, or if she told him anything that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know a ring was being purchased, so he actually contacted one of his really close girlfriends here that I'm friends with as well now, and he went to high school with her, and she got into my Pinterest board.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Sent him some ideas.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, but he chose the exact diamond that would go in and everything. So he put a lot of effort into it, and it made a lot of sense because, for a long time, we've been wanting him to watch Lord of the Rings, and my dad and my brother were here in December, and we were like, okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch all three of them. And he was sitting at the kitchen table the whole time. I'm like, what is he doing? This, you have to pay attention.
Right, I know. You can't miss these valuable, Easter eggs and the plot points.
Yes.
Exactly. And he was like, oh, yeah, I was ordering your ring that whole time.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're going to have to do a
With
redo.
me in the same room?
Yeah.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. I know. He was like, okay,
Risky.
Maddie is he's just enveloped in Lord of the Rings right now, so this is perfect.
He knows how I feel about, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'll be watching this and I will not be paying attention to literally anything else.
Yeah, I know.
Right. It doesn't really matter how many times I've seen it.
I know. Seriously, you can really watch those movies over and over again. I think that's what you need to do when, in September, it's just turn up the AC for a little bit, get some blankets, and just rewatch all the Lord of the Rings and be cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds perfect.
Peacock has all the Harry Potters on there. Or maybe they only have the first 4. I can't remember off the top of my head. But
Which
again,
one?
I need to Peacock, the TV
okay,
streaming
gotcha,
service where you watch Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And Regal is now doing this thing. We're actually going today. Regal is doing this summer thing where they're doing $8 tickets to watch Harry Potter on the big screen again.
What?
Nice.
Yes.
We did that. They did that here, going up to the new Fantastic Beasts movie for the second one.
Sure.
So they redid every 2 weeks. They did the first, then the second, and then everything, and then they did the first Fantastic Beasts, and then it released the second one.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I want to go see Harry Potter in the theater again.
I know, me too.
I'm sure people have got to be doing that, especially because a lot of movies are being released on demand now because of COVID.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to bring back some of the classics and
Good.
put them out there.
Yeah.
Totally.
I do really love watching movies at home, though, because I can pause it whenever I need to. I really love subtitles lately. I am,
Me too!
so into them.
I love
I am
subtitles.
such a subtitle bitch.
Oh my
I love
God,
it.
Same. So I really like that. I can have my own food and stuff. So I want Harry Potter to come back on on demand so I can watch it again, too.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, well, let's begin, shall we? We were recording that whole time, so I think the audience might just hear that because I think it's necessary to talk about Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and the engagement. So whatever. Okay. To the listener, welcome. And also we have Brookelynn Constant on, our Park Pals official government advisor. Okay, so you guys, I have so many notes because commentary.
Do you? That's awesome. Oh, I can't wait.
Commentary was on this, and I'll sprinkle it in, and I'll also tell you who was on the commentary momentarily. But I have such a recap because I was listening to the last episode, and there are quite a few things. As much as we talked about, there was a lot that we not missed, but could have talked about. So number one, I feel really stupid that I didn't research this because it's all on me. I should have done this, but I felt so dumb because I didn't actually research where the camel phrase came from. I just kind of guessed, and which we nailed it basically. But I did want to research where exactly this actual reference was born. So just as a recap moment, last episode was the camel, and we talked about how the department created and put a hodgepodge of shit together in an art piece, and it was called the camel because the camel is a horse designed by a committee. Okay, so I looked it up, and the camel is an analogy that can extend to both group decision making as well as abstract or unrelated thoughts by emphasizing the weaknesses of incorporating too many conflicting and inexperienced opinions into a single project. So we kind of said that, where we were like, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing.
Keyword, inexperienced.
Yes, Maddie, that is correct.
Yes, that is the key word there.
Yes.
You're not
but
really
apparently,
contributing.
right, exactly. They're just kind of like, okay, this is kind of how I feel about this thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't study it or look into it at all.
Right.
But apparently this quote is attributed to Sir Alec Isigonis? Shit, I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. But anyway, his name is Alec, and he was a British car designer who went on to design the Mini Cooper, and it became one of the most loved cars of all time. And Sir Alec was knighted in 1969 to honor his success. And this article that I found cited the Pontiac Aztec, which, look that up. It's kind of like but it's like this kind of boxy SUV type situation. But like that's kind of where the camel happened, because like he apparently thought that it was like something that was so over discussed, and they shaved the cost a bunch, and it turned out such a mess because they used that as an example because it was one of the worst like engineered looking not aesthetically pleasing cars apparently. But it originates with how we think about collaboration, and like we confuse collaboration with consensus, meaning that like collaboration is essentially you have to work together, but like the consensus doesn't mean that all roles should be equally weighted. Like not every single person should have the same amount of responsibility, if that makes sense, because like each person is bringing their own specific thing, which is so wild. But anyway, so that is what the camel is, and what that means. So sorry, I did not look that up.
And in that episode, Leslie's like trying so hard to get everyone to like contribute, but also please everyone, so that it's like a team thing. It's like, okay, how do you force like team building? And
exactly. And everyone has, like we talked about, they each have their own weight, like equal weight, when really it probably should be like you contribute a little bit, and then maybe Leslie contributes a lot, or Leslie has the idea and everyone else like comes together. So that's like, that makes so much sense.
Oh, crazy.
Anyway. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's that one. And then the second thing, Chris had asked, we should look up when Aziz Ansari had his stand-up about the mosaic joke, because of pointillism, Jerry's Jerry's mural, if you will. And so Buried Alive was his Netflix special. That was in 2013. And basically, he was talking about all these dumb decisions he used to make when he was younger. And like, imagine if you kept any of those dumb decisions that you made when you were younger. Like, oh, I guess I have this Bob Marley poster over my bed for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he used to put little Bob Marley pictures all over his wall to create one big Bob Marley picture when he was like 16 or 17. And then he was like, oh, it's a mosaic, which is what Chris was saying.
Yeah.
But that was in 2013, and this episode was in 2010. So technically Parks and Rec came first.
Gotcha.
So there's that.
I love his obsession with the shapes.
I know.
Yes.
What is so great about the shapes?
Yes, and I do remember like when I was in college. So when I was in between like sophomore and junior year, so I guess like 2008 time frame or something. Everybody's really into those dot matrix things where you just like printed out like 700 pages of like, it's like little dots. And so when you hang them all up above your bed or on your wall in your dorm room, they like make up like a picture of like Bob Marley or Lady Gaga or something.
Yeah.
And I remember people spending like, I don't know, $20 on the library computers just to like print all those things out.
Oh my gosh.
That
it was a vibe
crazy.
at one point.
It was a vibe.
But not so much anymore. Nobody prints anything out anymore.
Yeah. No, not at all. Oh my God. It's so wild to think of all the phases and like random fads that happened, especially in college. Right. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. That's like one of the things that we like catching on TikTok is like they'll have the this is how old you are or whatever, and then they'll bring out the Tamagotchis
Yes.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, or if you ever downloaded music on LimeWire, they have one about that. Like you're listening and then it goes music on demand in the middle of your song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is so relatable because
know.
everybody has those phases in their like high school, middle school, college.
Right,
times
I
of
know.
life,
That's
you know?
good stand-up content to really connect with your
Yeah.
audience. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
That's so true.
Oh my God. Okay. Next thing. Also, Maddie, you're going to hate me. Do you have any other books or anything you could put up to make that mic closer to your mouth?
Yep.
That would be amazing.
She's like,
I can hold it. I held it last time.
Oh.
I'm just trying to sit back from it when I'm not talking.
Yeah.
That's why I'm coming up here, and then when you're talking, I'm
Oh, no,
coming
you can
back in.
stay there the whole time you want to so that you don't have to, like, think about it. You know what I mean? I don't mind that. Unless it's,
but
like,
I don't
better
want-
for you. But
I don't want there to be accidental.
no,
Echoes.
don't worry about the accidental things. The accidental things makes it, like, real. So we're fine. I just want to hear your beautiful voice whenever you are speaking.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that moment. Okay, so last time also Chris said that she was offended, and I think we all were kind of offended at how Tom was talking to the art student saying like, just make me some art, like how dare you kind of thing. And Chris was like, my best friend is an artist, so I got really offended at that. Her best friend, it didn't click, but it's Megan who did our artwork for our podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's Megan. So Megan McCoon. And you should follow her. Sketch It Snips is her sketch.it.snips is, I think that's what it is, but that's like her artist one. So I'm gonna tag her. I tag her in every single show notes because that's like a really important thing. Yeah, sketch.it.snips. But anyway, yeah, so when she said my best friend was an artist, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that until I was editing it. But yes, so shout out to Megan because she did our podcast artwork and she's the best. And she also did my album artwork. So
Yeah.
she's amazing. Love her. Then we asked, okay, so we talked about Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It is Julie. It's not Julia. Julie.
Okay.
Julie. That was right. We had it right. Julie Louis-Dreyfus. That rolls off the tongue much better than Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I feel.
Yeah, like the A gets in the way.
Yes. Agreed.
what were you
Okay.
talking about her for? Was she in the last? No, she wasn't in the last one.
No, good question. She was in the Marvel movies, and we had talked about, I can't remember, because we did Veep. We talked about Veep. There's a lot of Veep and Parks and Rec crossover.
Yeah.
Because what's his name? The city manager was the guy who Jim convinces to give him his business at the golf course when Andy gets the blisties.
Yeah.
And he was also on Veep. And then we talked about Julie Louis-Dreyfus. And then we were like, oh my gosh, speaking of which, Julie Louis-Dreyfus is in the new Marvel movies. And she's like playing a bad guy, like Valentina.
Yeah,
whatever
that's
the hell.
right. She's supposed to be in there. I love her. I think she's really awesome. She's a really funny comedian. And I
Yeah.
love watching her, like, in Seinfeld and then looking at her, like, in Veep, and she's just, like, so funny. I love her,
I
like,
know.
facial expressions.
She has such a range, too. She's just such a badass. She's so cool.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, I know. I love it, too.
Okay, so then we were talking about, next thing, we were talking about the graduation, your graduation, Maddie. And for whatever reason, I didn't catch it either, but you said graduation from high school when I was helping you. And I was like, wait a second, we meant college, you guys.
Yeah.
It all blends together.
we
I
did
didn't
not.
even catch it. I just totally knew what you were talking about. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Holly did not fly to Beijing to help with the high school graduation.
I thought that was so funny. Oh, my God. Anyways, so that's that.
Good catch.
I know. Time
talking
blends
about that
together, I know.
It does. No, time does blend together. But no, we were talking about that because it reminded us of whatever. Just go listen to the episode. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing. Oh, I did not play a Jerry Jab sting when we were talking about the Murinal because I feel like that's the biggest Jerry Jab thing. So I'm going to put that right here. Jerry Jab. I would play it for you now, but I can't figure out. I don't know how to do it. It's fine. Okay, so that's my recap. Anything
Beautiful.
to say before we head into our next episode?
Nope, I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
Me too. This is the best episode ever. Hunting Trip, Season 2, Episode 10. Physical Comedy Overload. Oh my Lanta.
Yes.
Written by Dan Gore. We've talked about him before. He created Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Mike Schur, and he wrote 10 episodes for that. He's also a producer for Parks and Rec and a writer for Parks and Rec and The Good Place, among others. Huge writer for Conan, The Daily Show. And of course, he wrote 10 episodes of Parks and Rec, including Harvest Festival. He wrote Little Sebastian, Hunting Trip, obviously How Bill Becomes a Law, when, you know, Tom pushes Jam into the pool. A lot of campaign episodes, like I'm Leslie Knope, which, I mean, those are like essential fucking episodes. I feel they're so important.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
Yeah. And it also says he's in production for Legally Blonde 3 on IMDb, as giving him credit for the screenplay being released in 2022. What the hell?
Okay, maybe we have to revisit Legally Blonde 3, because I don't remember Legally Blonde 2 being as good as the first one, but maybe...
No, I don't think it was.
Maybe
but
with like him on Legally Blonde 3, maybe... I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Might try it out.
But, I mean, Legally Blonde 2, I think its claim to fame is that thing when Jennifer Coolidge is like, makes me want a hot dog real bad.
I love her comedy, too. Oh, my God.
Oh my god.
Oh my
but
gosh.
anyway, so yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that. But and then this was directed by Greg Daniels, so super fun.
Oh, Dream Team.
Dream Team. And then for commentary this week, holy shit. Okay, here are the people that are on it. I felt like it was honestly just more fun to listen to them talk and like be friends than to like get a ton of tidbits. My favorite thing was that Amy Poehler was one of the ones that I felt like, again, the more I learn about her, the more I feel like we'd be BFFs, because she was the one that was kind of drive her and Mike Schur, I feel, kind of drive like the behind the scenes stuff. Everyone else kind of talks about like, oh, that was fun, or she was great, or whatever. But Amy Poehler is like telling you a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like, oh, that was actually this reason or this prop or this location, and she's really interested in that kind of stuff, so which we all are, so I feel like we'd all be best friends.
Yeah,
but
she knows her fans. She knows her fans want to know, like, tell us the behind the scenes stuff. Like, let us be flies on the wall.
Literally. But yeah, so Greg Daniels, this is who's on the commentary. Greg Daniels, Rashida Jones, Jim O'Hare, aka Jerry, Aubrey Plaza, April, Chris Pratt, Mike Schur, Amy Poehler, and Aziz Ansari. It's literally the whole cast.
So they were just like hanging out.
Damn.
Like,
and Retta's there too.
Oh my gosh. So they were just like hanging out, rewatching one of like maybe their favorite episodes too, and just talking through it.
I guess whenever I get one of those guys on, or maybe just somebody who knows or who has been on a commentary before, I want to know how they schedule that. Like, do they just ask like who is available for this one, or like do they specifically have people in mind? You know, saying like we want these two cast members to be on it. You know,
I wonder, because I know that like Amy Poehler and Rashida Jones and Aubrey Plaza, like they're pretty good friends outside, and like I've seen them post like on Instagram when they have like sleepovers or something, or they're just hanging out like eating popcorn on their bed, like hanging out together. So maybe Retta and Jim and everybody, they were just like all in town.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's just rewatch this episode. At least I like to think that, because that sounds really cute.
Yeah. No, me too.
That does sound cute.
Too. But yeah, this was an early pitch, this idea for this episode. They had thought about it early on in the writer's room for season 2, like early, but it ended up happening, you know, episode 10, which is just where it fit, which is now. But they talked a lot about hunting being something that Leslie is super good at. And like, that's how they also kind of had this idea. They're like, what would be something kind of like random for her to be good at that they can kind of bring into
and it's like the like opposites, right? It's like kind of like challenging what you think of, like, you know, Leslie, who's always like put together, you know, bright blonde hair, like petite, like why would she be into hunting? I really love when she's like just trying to be a guy's guy, and she's like, no, I'm actually really good at this. And
that's like what the whole episode's about.
Something else you can think about too. Like, you kind of like learn not to be like confident about being like something that you're really good at. So I just love it, Leslie. Like, no, I know how to do this. Like, it's, and I really like that. That comes through in her character.
Yeah, totally. Love this cold open.
Oh, yeah, the piggyback riding. My favorite part
funny.
about it is Mark's dead eyes as they like run by, and he's just like, I swear to God.
I know. I love that. I wrote that too. This like look of blank face disdain makes me laugh so much.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Oh my
good.
God, that is so funny. And I think this is our first Councilman Hauser appearance.
Is it a first
think so.
appearance of him? Wow.
Yeah, it's his first appearance. I messaged him on Facebook. I found his Facebook, and I'm trying to. Where did I? Oh yeah, Yvonne Jourdain, and he's in 19 episodes of Parks and Rec. He's been in a bunch of stuff as like a guest star and a co-star, including Alias, Will and Grace. Nothing that I was like super watching or have seen, but Maddie, I did some research on him. I thought that you'd be interested in this, but he is also a therapist. Looks like he studied psychotherapy.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
says
awesome.
on his Facebook. He got his master's in clinical psychology. So that's fun.
Cool.
And you guys
Yeah.
could be friends and talk about that when I get him on, hopefully.
Wow.
Yes.
What was his career path? I would like to know, like, was he acting before, or did he decide to go into acting afterwards? Like,
I don't know, but I
So
couldn't find
different.
him like on any other social media. And I did after our last episode when I asked Chris if like it would be acceptable to message people's agents. I was like, okay, I'll do that, but I couldn't find his agent's information. So I don't know if he's not acting anymore, maybe, or maybe he's just like will only do it if someone specifically reaches out to him. I'm not really sure, but I did find him on Facebook, and I do have one mutual friend with him, which is hilarious. From LA. I mean, I don't really talk to that friend anymore, but like it was one of those things where it was like a random acting project, and then now I'm still friends with her, and he must have done something
that's so
with her at some
crazy.
point.
Yeah. He's one of those people that you just be like, tell me about your career path. What is your life
Yeah, seriously.
taken you to?
Yeah, just like Purd.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He had an interesting story, too.
Was there any
Anyway, so that's
commentary
him.
when about like trying to say those lines when Leslie was like writing anti-piggyback, and like she's like, I really think we need to talk about funding this thing.
Yeah, we need to talk about
Because
funding
as I was
parts. Here's the
watching
thing.
it, I was like, it would take me 700 takes to get that. Because
I know.
like,
Well, and
it's-
Chris Pratt's face the whole time too. His acting, just in his facial expressions, are so good. Like, I don't know if I should be here, and like, do I put her down? Or like, he does a really good job with his facial
he
expressions.
does, and as they're like walking away, he's like really interested, like he's part of the conversation now that they're like walking down the hallway together. That's so true, Maddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, why are there so many people in the hallway? Did we talk about this last episode too? Yes. Like, what is happening? Like, they're like, every other time in this show, no one is in the hallway, but we're just going to hire 50 million extras for this one moment.
Oh, like literally, it's always bumping.
Yeah,
The one thing
that's
they
very
did say in
interesting.
the commentary was that they did do a ton of takes for this, and that you can kind of see that Chris Pratt is very sweaty because he was running back and forth with all of them on his back. So yes, you can see the glisten on his face because he was running and doing these piggybacks.
Oh my gosh. I love
But Amy
that.
Poehler said it was super fun to do that. So
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Who else gets to do
I'm gonna
that
have to watch
as an
that.
adult? Yeah.
I do know, like, I've gone to here in St. Louis, the City Hall is actually like where like there's like a court thing and the DMV is in there. There's a couple of other things, and I have been in there on like a weekday trying to like do something with my like property tax or something, and some days it is like really busy in there, and I'm like, I feel like this place is normally empty, but I don't understand it.
maybe, yeah, that's a good point. DMV. If the DMV or like the county clerk or whatever is in there to like do tags and stuff, that could be a good point.
Yeah.
That it might be busy
So
there.
maybe it was like coming up to the end of the calendar year. Well, it is November, so
Yeah. Right, exactly. Oh my gosh. Well,
That
so
could be
Ron
it.
says they're leaving for the annual trail survey, which
Wait.
so funny.
Holly.
You said what?
Holly, we didn't do a summary.
oh my gosh, rewind.
Maddie!
Yes.
My deepest apologies. Do you know why, Maddie? Because I didn't write it in
'Cause you
my
didn't write it in your
fucking
notes.
Oh, I'm the worst. Maddie! I'm so sorry.
Okay, you're gonna
I'm
have
the
to clip
worst.
that
I was
part
like,
out
I'm not
and
gonna
put it in the
stop her.
beginning.
No, I want you to stop stop me. I want you to stop me, please. I'm so glad you did.
Well, no, I was like, I'm not going to stop you during the cold open because it doesn't have anything to do with the story. So we'll get through that, and then I'll say something.
I'm gonna go cry for a long time. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, audience, just know that I am so sorry.
Yes, no, that's perfect. I mean, she timed that so well. So.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I love the summaries.
In an attempt to end gender segregation, Leslie invites herself, Anne, Donna, and Tom to the annual men's hunting trip. All is fun and games until someone shoots Ron in the head and brings a quick halt to the hunting fun. The group and a park ranger investigate who have irresponsibly shot Ron and Donna's Mercedes. Oh, and what's this? April and Andy left behind at the office. Let the flirting begin.
Ooh, love it. Oh my gosh, so well done.
Yes, great
I was
summary.
very excited about this one because of April and Andy, and we're finally getting that, like, okay, he shouldn't be pining after Anne. He needs someone who's going to play, Marco Polo with him.
Yes, and I love that question in the summary. What's this? Let the flirting begin. That's great.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes!
I love it.
So good.
And that's such a good thing to, like, jump off point too, because I love, like, the points in this episode too where they, like, break the fourth wall or whatever. Like with April and Andy, they just, like, stare at the camera so many times after, like, they're being really flirty and being like, what?
Because April knows, and that's why she looks at the camera. But Andy's so oblivious, I feel, still. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he doesn't really notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's still oblivious when they're together.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yes,
agreed.
True. Spoiler
He's just
alert.
a little golden retriever.
Oh my god. I know, dude. We're so done with the spoiler alerts. I think, like, for the first maybe, like, 7 episodes, we were like, no, let's not say anything. But now we're just like, fuck it. If you don't know by now, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You've had enough time to watch the entire series since we've started this podcast.
Yeah,
it's
agreed.
true.
Yeah, I mean, are you even a fan if you haven't binge watched at least, like, one season?
I know. And if they've been trying to watch along with us, I just feel like it's hard to just watch one.
Oh,
you know?
I can't do it.
Absolutely not.
I have to watch, like, 3 at a time. It's just, you just can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Connor and I, we started listening, my brother, Connor and I started listening to the One Tree Hill podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because the 3 main ladies from One Tree Hill started a podcast. And a lot of it's talking about, like, the struggles of being a woman in, like, at that time and, like, in the industry and all this stuff. But they do talk a lot about the behind the scenes. It's a really good podcast.
You're not skinny enough for the CW.
Right.
Oh my God.
Or you're going to wear this. And they're like, no. So it's cool to hear. Like, they actually fought for themselves. And they were like, no, my character would not wear that. She has more respect for herself than that. Like, and it was really cool. But we were like, all right, so we'll listen to an episode of the podcast and then we'll watch an episode. And we watched the first episode and then we ended up watching like 10 episodes. And we were like, okay, so do we like rewatch them after we listen to the podcast? And we're like, yeah, we can do that. And then we just kept watching. We're like, nah, we'll just listen to the podcast as they go. And we'll have already listened to watch the episode. So yeah, I can't imagine you not doing that with Parks and Rec because Parks and Rec is only 20 minutes.
Exactly.
And One Tree Hill is 40.
Right.
So like if we're doing it with One Tree Hill, you can do it with Parks and Rec.
You can 100%. Do it. Yes, so true.
You got this.
100%. Well, I love these hats, by the way. These hats are so cool that they've made for the annual trail survey. It literally says Trail Survey Boys, and it has a little picture of Ron, Jerry, and Mark. And I didn't realize this, but Nick Offerman actually said that it was reminiscent of the Pep Boys logo, which is totally true.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and also, if I'm being completely honest, I don't know that I would have really like stopped and looked at that hat and like what it said and everything if it wasn't for this podcast, because I feel like I've noticed it, but I haven't really like honed in on it. So that's amazing. I love these hats.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I kind of want one.
Yeah, me too. I know. I wonder if they sell them. I should look that up. But also, oh my God, like Ron and Jerry are having like a fun like friend boys moment. They do a little hand slide under the table. They're like both in on it. I felt so happy for Jerry to be included in this.
Yeah, right. Right.
That's literally a note I have is like, so Jerry being Jerry is completely out the window for the hunting trip. Like he is just a normal guy working in the office.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. I'm glad they give him that option.
Me too.
That annual option.
Yeah, because you always wonder that, like, when he's, like, with his family, he's, like, not Jerry.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God, I love it. And I like how Leslie says, I want me, Tom, and all the other ladies included on your hunting trip.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because Tom even says, like, Ron hasn't taken me, so it's not all the guys. And Leslie's like, okay, fine, all the men.
I know.
That's so
and
good.
like when he's when she goes in to ask him that, and she's like, Ron, you're literally listening to turkey calls right now, and he's like, oh, is this not is this I'm sorry,
is this not rap?
Yeah. I think that might be my favorite line, you guys.
Really? The rap thing?
Yeah. Is it? Well, and I have to just be completely honest with everyone. Rap is not my shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. And there's certain songs that I listen to and I'm like, okay, this is pretty dope. This is telling a story to me. But a lot of the rap that I hear, I'm like, I can't connect with this. Yeah. And I don't want people singing about my ladies' parts.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's because you have to listen to rap that's not on the radio. I'll have to send you some other, like,
that's
actual,
accurate.
like, hip-hop.
Yeah. Because, like, I actually really surprised myself, and I actually really liked Lizzo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I like her, and I like a lot of Eminem stuff, not all of it.
Lizzo's the best. Eminem's great.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of, like, underground people that I feel are really awesome, too. Like, MF Doom is really cool. Vince Staples is really cool. The Gorillaz
send me the
are really
things.
cool.
Send me the things.
Yeah, I'll send you those.
Because that's what another reason I like. I kind of connected with that is like, because is this not rap?
Yeah. Just like the most random thing, like farthest thing. You're just like, is this not?
Right.
Yeah.
You could have said, is this not opera? And it would have been way closer.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Well, and she says she's good at hunting. And so I was like, has she been hunting before? Like, what? Why is she saying she's good at hunting? And there's a deleted scene actually where she says she's been hunting with her dad, and she says it's a good business trip, like golf or karaoke, except you're drunk and you have guns.
Yeah.
And in that deleted talking head, there's also this thing where she says it's not about killing things, it's about killing things with your friends.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I felt like that, like when, like, I don't know if this ever happened to you guys before, but like when you're like trying to like back up like a large truck or like a large SUV, and like people are just like, oh, I don't know if you can handle that, let me see if I can take care of it for you. And I'm like, I'm like actually really good at backing things up. Like,
Brookelynn is really good at backing things up.
Like, I can do it. And it's just like, oh, I don't know, you're a girl, do you drive big vehicles? And I'm just like, no, I can do this, and I'm pretty good at it. It's like really random, but like, why would I don't know, I just like it, so I'm good at it. So I feel
and also, why is being a woman your qualification for not being able to do it?
I know, right? And that's why I love this episode so much. Like, at the end. Like,
okay, but like seriously, in St. Louis, where Brookelynn lives, like in the back, there's this like tiny little alleyway, and she has 2 parking spots. And we had this big, huge, not big, huge, but it was a big kind of SUV for when we went to Branson. And
it wasn't
we wanted
a tractor trailer or anything, but
no, but it was definitely like big. It was a bigger SUV. It wasn't a Honda CRV. I think it was bigger than that.
Yeah, it was.
And she like backed it on up, and Brett was like, "Are you sure?" Like, not, he wasn't being judgmental like you're talking about, but he was just like, "Are you sure? Like, you want to do? We don't have to do that." And Brett was like, "No, I'm doing it." She did it.
I know, it's so true. So when she was just like, yeah, I can hunt. Like, why are you surprised? Just because I'm not part of the boys club, like, I can do that.
Which also reminds me of Legally Blonde when they are like, she's like, what? Like, it's hard?
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So true. Yes.
Yeah. But it's funny, too, because there's another deleted scene, too, when she's trying to convince Ron to take her hunting. She's like, you don't think I can be part of the guys? Look, here, I carry jerky. And she takes it out of that red binder, and she throws it on the desk, and it says vegan jerky, like it says soy jerky.
Oh, no.
Because she was like, well, they were out of the hard stuff. As if it's liquor or something. Oh, my God. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
There were so many deleted scenes in this one, too.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. I love that so much.
That's amazing.
And then she says she'll bring s'mores. So me. So all of us. We all would do that.
Yeah.
Well, and it reminded me
100%.
of Oh gosh! Oh, the Pawnee Rangers.
Yeah,
the
this
Pawnee
is totally
goddesses.
reminiscent
Because
of the
she's
Pawnee
like,
Rangers.
why can't we be girly and go camping? Why can't we be both? Like, why
Yeah.
do you have to be either super girly or super just like sparse camping? Like, you can like the outdoors and also be cute about it. Like, bring the s'mores.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. I love it. The s'more thing, Holly, I think, because Holly and Ivan are trying to convince me to go camping, along with my stepdad and my mother, who my mother is like the last person on the planet who I ever thought was going to be going camping.
Yeah.
But I digress. I said, if you bring me s'mores,
We'll be fine.
we can
Yes.
make it
I
happen.
can just see like a trail of s'mores leading to like the tent. Like,
Right, literally. Well, we're trying to do like fall camping because I feel like summer camping we've talked about has been like hot and might be kind of sticky and stuff. But like, yeah, Maddie, I think that you'd be into it, like cozy around the fire.
I love
And you
fall
did have a
camping.
weird
Yeah.
experience when you were younger, so I totally understand that. That's probably still stuck in your head.
Yeah.
So we'll create new memories with people that you love.
Oh my gosh! Can I
Yes.
ask? Like, was it
I
with
love
like animals or something?
I was just really uncomfortable because I went in the heat of summer and it was like really humid and there was no showers. And
And you were just like, this is
I was,
gross.
yeah, I got bit by so many mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, so
and
it was like miserable. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't bring, like, we didn't bring air mattresses, so I was just sleeping hard on the hard rock with the sleeping bag. And then the kicker on the end of it was we were playing like maybe 2 hours before we were going to drive back home. We were playing on a playground. And I don't know why they designed it like this, but we were playing tag. And there's this metal rod, probably for like pull-ups or whatever, that like was the same fucking color as the sand
Oh my god.
on the playground. And I ran right into it.
Oh no, that sounds so painful. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not a fun
And this
time.
is when you were like 8 or 9 or something, right?
Yeah, I was 8 or 9, and I'm pretty sure all the boys were laughing, which is fine because that's how I grew up. Like, we all laughed at each other for tripping, right?
Yeah.
But like, I was
You're
like,
oh,
this
that's
actually
funny. You're
hurts.
just like, no, this like really legitimately hurt.
Yeah. Well, and now that I'm an adult, I look back and I'm like, I probably, because I was sprinting, I was the one chasing.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm pretty sure I had a concussion.
Oh my
And no
gosh.
one even checked that shit out.
You probably did, yeah. I know. It's just like when it's just like, dust yourself off, you're fine.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
So-
so we need to reinvent and not repeat.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And that's why I have a note written that says that I am Anne in this, right? They're like, well, and I'm also just like, I can't stand to see like any type of animal. I can't see any animal in pain. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, Ivan has to know if animals are going to be harmed in a movie.
Yeah, right.
So that
right.
I can be warned.
Otherwise, you're like,
So
I'm done with
like
this.
he's like, are you ready to be like a good hunter? And she's like, no.
No.
But I am
You
ready to sit around the fire.
shoot animals? No. Yeah, I'm ready to sit by the fire.
Yeah,
I like
she's
her
I have my
curl
real
up and
Slim
relax is what she
magazine,
says.
and I'm just trying to sit by the
Yes.
fire. It's like, yes.
Yep.
I know.
And I was like, this is me. As much as I wish I was like Leslie right now, because, you know, woman power and we can do what men can do. I was like, no.
Yeah, do what you like. Do what you
yeah.
like. And
Well, and I really like, speaking of Anne, it's so funny when Leslie says, like, you're now a licensed hunter. Anne's like, oh, gross.
Gross. Yep. Same. Same.
Oh my god, I love it. It is funny
Yeah.
too. So Leslie asks April to read out the 16-digit tracking number, and she's like, "Should I write the 16 digits down now, or do you think you can remember it?" I'll write it down. And it's so funny,
Yeah.
she knows it off the top of her head. She didn't have to pull it out of anywhere. She
know.
knows that 16-digit tracking number.
I know.
That's crazy.
That reminded me, like, I feel like that at work sometimes where I'm just like, do you think you can handle doing this? Like, I've just spelled it out exactly, but do you think you got it?
Well,
And I love that
yeah, and to
April was
your
just like,
credit,
no.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and to your credit and to a little bit of Leslie's credit, it's kind of like, well, I mean, you haven't really proven that you can do it, so I don't know for sure if I can trust that you will do it.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
one thing.
I know. But anyways, oh
true.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so in the commentary when they're driving up into the actual cabin, Leslie says, or Amy Poehler says that the car door like hit Rashida in the face. Apparently, like I don't know if that was like opening the door. Like, it wasn't filmed. I didn't see it, but apparently, like, when they were getting out or something happened where a car door hit Rashida in the face, and it was like a really big deal.
Oh my gosh! Like when they first got to the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Crazy. But it's all good. They were fine, but she was like, yeah, I got smacked real hard.
Oh my gosh. They were just like really eager
sucks.
to like do the scene.
Yeah. Also, Jerry is wearing a belt. How did he get pantsed? He's wearing a belt.
I don't know.
He's Jerry.
He's Jerry.
I feel like some people just like wear their pants with like their belt, but it's just like, is it really keeping it up? Or...
Right. Is it style or purpose? Yeah.
Right. I know.
When you're out with the boys, you got to be ready for a good pantsing. That's why I have suspenders that connects to my bra to my jeans.
Yes. I need that. I want it.
I know. Oh my gosh. Oh, I saw something. I don't know if this is interesting to you guys, but I thought it was, I don't know. What year did this come out?
2010, I think.
2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, maybe not, but...
It was either 2009 or 2010. I was somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay. I just thought, like, when April was, like, sitting there doing her, like, little phone call thing, there was, like, a flyer in the background for, like, volunteering to be, like, a park, like, docent, where you could give, like, tours around. And in the middle, it had, like, the yes, you can phrase, which, you know, like, because they also had that kind of, like, Obama kind of, like, red and blue, like, Leslie thing, and so I just thought that was interesting. Like,
totally. Yeah. I think that is very timely, for sure.
Kind of random, but I was like, oh, that's funny, like this theme.
Good catch.
So, anyway,
Who goes to Pawnee to just
go ahead, Maddie.
take tours of the park?
You said what?
Who just goes to Pawnee to take tours of the park?
I know.
Or if you're living there, why do you need a tour guide?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Or like maybe, you know, at national parks they do like ranger talks, but they're trying to like have like, I mean, Pawnee doesn't have large parks, so I don't know where they're taking them.
Yeah, same.
Leslie's just come up with the talking points, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I love this location. I think it's so beautiful and so cool.
Agreed.
Do you
Where
want
is
a location
this?
breakdown?
Yes.
Okay. I will answer your question, Brookelynn.
I want to go to
So
there.
at first I didn't know, and then I just I went down a Google rabbit hole and I found this thing called, oh my gosh, it's so funny. I think it's called IamNotAstalker.com, which is hilarious and so weird. But it's because there's this, the person who runs the blog loves looking at Hollywood locations. And so I think it's a she, but they post on this blog and say where a lot of places have been filmed, which is fun. But so this is a place, it's called Kelly Gulch. It's in Topanga Canyon, right outside of LA. Like in the canyons, obviously. Topanga Canyon is really cool. And so anyway, but it's this Kelly Gulch is what the name of it is called. And it's been used in tons and tons of movies and TV shows. But what it's most famous for is Friday the 13th, that movie.
I was going to ask you if it was like a horror movie.
Yes, it is. It really is. It really is. And that was the most notable one. But like it's been used in 200 other ones. Like, literally 200 other TV shows and movies were listed.
That's like my other dream job amongst many. Is like, can I just be like a site like selector for like films and stuff, and just be like, okay, does this have the right like scenery? Like, does this have the right like feeling behind it? You know, and I'll just travel around and be on site and just check out things and report back.
Absolutely. Yes. I think that would be so fun. And apparently it seems really remote, like when you look at it and how it's filmed and everything, but it's actually right next to like this really bustling, busy road. There's a restaurant right next door, which is really hilarious. But that little pathway, I guess, makes it seem like it's a little bit, you know, off the beaten path. But what's funny is that in the commentary, they said that there were a lot of things on the inside that they actually built on set. So some of the interior was on set. But then I was reading this blog, and it says that a lot of the movies and TV shows did use the inside of the cabin. So I don't know if Parks and Rec has used maybe a little bit, like maybe they used the first room and then the carcass room was on set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the back kind of situation. But yeah, that's really interesting. But I would love to, that's going to be added to my list. So Kelly Gulch and Topanga Canyon, you guys, if you're interested in going. And there's like this there's this big like sign, kind of looks like a ranch sign where like the driveway, and then they've it says Kelly Gulch at the top.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was super crazy.
I know.
But there were a lot of deleted scenes in this cabin, like on the inside, because we don't see a ton of the inside. We do a little bit, but there were so many where they they showed all the deer heads and stuff in the carcass room, and there's like a smaller one next to these big ones, and Ron's like, oh, I got that one on the left, which is the smaller one, and Leslie was like, yeah, sometimes the smaller ones are harder to get. And it was like a kind of a put down, being like, but you got the smaller one. You know what I mean? She didn't mean it that way at all. And then Anne and Leslie are like going through these fishing reels. Like they found fishing reels on the cabinet, and they drop them, and they're like bustling around. And he's like, I don't know why I didn't think to invite my female coworkers before. And he's just like really upset.
That's so funny.
Like,
oh my gosh.
In the episode, I don't think we ever like see the carcass room.
No. Well, so yeah, he's actually like, Ron is in the carcass room. So that's where, but you don't actually see, yeah, you're right. You don't actually see like everything.
Walls, which is a hilarious, I just like, what a hilarious name for like room. It's not like
Dead
the
body
tanning room or like the prep room. It's just like, it's the carcass room.
So funny.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And then the chew that Tom is eating, and it's just like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. His face though, when he finds out that he's not supposed to be swallowing, he's like, yeah. Okay.
That's why they call it chew, not swallow. Right, Ron?
Right, Ron? Fun
You are
commentary
correct.
fact. They did not use real chew. It was shredded coconut. Dyed shredded coconut.
Oh.
Which is so crazy. That kind of sounds
Yeah.
right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I would appreciate that if I was like in a scene and I didn't actually like want to like do it, but
Yeah.
that would be awesome. I would prefer that.
And that's one of the things that Leslie or Amy Poehler was like, hey, this was coconut. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
That is cool.
I know. It's so funny. I remember like Brett always would tell me when he was younger and they would go hunting, like, before he was like 18 or whatever, he would go hunting with like his family. But they would get like it was like baseball chew, but it was like bubble gum. But it was called like chew or something. And he was like, that was the coolest thing. Like, this bubble gum chew bag. And it's so terrible.
Well, it's because that's what the baseball players chew is like. Are you talking about the actual bubble gum?
Yeah, the actual bubble gum, yeah.
Yeah, and they have like buckets in the dugout, and like at Dick's Sporting Goods, you can buy the actual buckets of bubble gum. And we did that once because we were watching baseball so much that like my dad just had it in his house, and we would chew bubble gum while we were watching.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of like double bubble.
Yeah, where the flavor goes away.
Where it goes bad. Yeah.
So
goes
you
bad
just
real
have to
quick.
keep eating like a bunch.
That's why the buckets are so big. They're like, you need like 6 pieces to actually
the
get
flavor
one piece
isn't
worth.
gonna last you.
Yeah.
I feel like that would hurt my jaw.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. It's so funny because like, bro, it was just like, I don't know if you remember those candy cigarettes too. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
It's just like, what even? Oh my gosh. I saw those at like one of those candy places in the middle of Missouri on our way back from Branson. Holly, I was like, oh my gosh. It was those and like those, do you remember those wax bottle shaped things that had like juice in them? And they had those, all those old school candies that used to be everywhere. They had them in there. And it just...
I remember the candy cigars. I do remember that.
Oh, like the bubblegum ones?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember
same
those.
situation.
Yeah. So funny.
Oh my God, so dumb.
Oh, times.
Sugar.
The cigarettes all are like powdery, right? They're like kind of gross.
Yeah,
the texture is like
That ain't right.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
90s, late 90s. That was a special time.
Oh my God. Well, so Donna's looking at the barrel of her gun. There's some
Donna.
cut scenes here too where Leslie's explaining like how to hunt, and there's a lot more besides what she's telling to Tom and to Tom and Donna. And if she says to Anne, if you see an injured animal, don't try to fix it. And then she said, which reminded me of you, Maddie.
Yeah.
And then she says to Tom, the only difference between him and a deer is that he's wearing orange. He's like, I'm making it work. It's fine. Like fashion. I also really like that Donna's kind of like accessorizing her orange. They almost said that in the commentary a little bit too, where like she doesn't really have it on, but she has it as like a little scarf moment
Yeah, she
happening.
does.
Like make it Vogue.
That's so Donna.
It's so Donna. I love when Leslie's teaching.
What?
Oh, I was just saying, I love when Leslie's like teaching them and like giving them like the rundown or whatever, and like she gets this like giant orange like work belt. I'm like, where?
She like sticks her leg up on the picnic bench.
Why do you have this?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
Donna said, or Retta on the commentary said that she couldn't open her beer because she still had the nails from the camel, where they were like dangling off, and her nails were like too long, so she couldn't open her beer when they did the toast.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. This moment when Anne is like, but Leslie, like, I thought we were going to hunt together.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I was like, I would never leave you, Holly.
Right.
I would never be like, we're going to hunt together, and then be like, actually, no, I want to go with Ron.
And
No.
I forget, because you're so pretty, you're not used to rejection. I think this is the first time that we hear kind of a backhanded compliment. I mean, we've seen a lot of like other, compliments.
My beautiful
I feel.
starfish. Yeah, like
Starfish and mannequins and Leslie nope-isms, but I don't
Yes.
feel like we've heard a lot of the backhandedness of it.
No, this has got to be probably the first one.
I love that. And like, what even when Leslie says that she wants to do mixed doubles, I was like, what is this, tennis? Like,
I know. That does kind of suck that Leslie like said to Anne, we're going to hunt together, and then she just changes her mind. But it's funny because Leslie has this point of view, like in the tone of her voice, she's like, I have to hunt with Ron.
Right.
Like, this is a competition. And I'm sorry that you don't understand that.
Right.
But you know what I mean?
She's like, you'll be okay with Mark.
Yeah.
Right. But also,
Well, and there's the other thing, right?
ahead.
Like Anne has her boyfriend there.
Yeah.
And she could have easily been like, I'm going with Mark. But no, she's like, I'm going with Leslie.
Yeah,
And then
that's
it's
true.
like, then she doesn't get to go, So, and I mean, she ends up with Mark, which I'm sure she's not like super mad about.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's like the priorities there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I know, yeah, because it kind of goes back to like Leslie's like, I'm a guy's guy. Like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Like, that was she gets tunnel vision.
right.
That's
that ladies get.
That ladies get, yes.
I can see that Ron's point of view in getting kind of like angry with the toast situation. Like, I can kind of understand. I mean, but at the same time, it does remind me, like you were talking about Brookelynn, the putty goddesses, when Leslie kind of takes over and changes things. But at the same time, like, I don't know, Leslie's is better. It just sucks because it's like a tradition that Ron thought that he was going to get to keep. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I know. Yeah, he's like,
Tom's
such
like,
a
Ron,
creature.
your toast sucked.
I know. Just like add salt to the wound.
Yeah. There are a lot of times, like, I feel like Ron is like one of my clients, right? So one of the big things with like anybody who has been diagnosed on the spectrum is they don't like change. They like their routine, which is really good. It helps regulate them. But if you change their routine or they don't know change is coming, they get really upset.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ron is like that. Like, he has that quality in him where, like, I want everything to look the same, and if it changes, that throws me off and I'm mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean,
absolutely.
I just was
He
like,
loves the
this is
traditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's throughout the entire series. It continues to happen. If something changes, he throws a fit.
Yeah.
Right.
He even
yeah.
has that scene where there's a deleted scene, actually, speaking of change. He has that little line when he says, like, it's not that you're a female, it's just that I don't like change. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I do think some of it is that she's a lady, but most of it is because he doesn't like change. And there's a deleted scene when they have a talking head, actually, of Sal, the guy who does his haircut. And he comes on and he's like, side part, left flip, height and tight, takes me about 4 minutes. And then they come back cut back
That's
to
so
Ron.
awesome.
It's so funny.
Oh my gosh. That's
Oh, I
awesome.
wish they had kept that in there.
I know. It was so random. But yeah, he comes back, so that's cute. I have a question for you, Maddie. Okay, so when they're walking away and she says to Ron, I hope you're ready to discuss some college bowl game scenarios. Is she talking about football?
That would be my assumption, because that around that time is where they have like the Turkey Bowl and the Rose Bowl, I think. I don't know a lot about college. I watch NFL. I don't really watch a lot of college ball. But that would be my assumption, because I think around the holidays is when they start doing those like...
So she's trying to be like a dude to fit in. And
the
talk
Tortilla
about
Bowl, I think, is one now, too, or the Tostita Bowl or something like that. I don't know.
They're so funny. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody is doing their like drafts and stuff for fantasy leagues, and so there's like college fantasy leagues and all the big college football teams like Auburn and Clemson and all those. I don't know. Probably someone's gonna like yell that I didn't name some other big school right now that they really love.
Alabama. Roll Tide.
It is what it is.
Bama. We hear I hear Bama advertisements on NPR, which is really hilarious. And like the ad guy says,
funny.
Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
That's part of it.
My brother and Ivan are so, like, anything sport related comes up and they do that. And you know my brother Holly, but Brookelyn, my brother's 6'4", and his voice is, decently deep.
Yeah.
But he'll all of a sudden go, oh, Roll Tide. And I'll have to try to get like a voice memo of it, because it's really funny.
I know,
the way
you
he
should.
does it.
That would be hilarious.
It's really funny, but they'll do that together. But that's the only reason I know that.
Oh my gosh, yes. No.
Oh my god.
You have to send a voice memo.
Totally.
Yes.
Well, do you guys have anything else to say before we head back to the office really fast with April and Andy?
Well, I really like when the scene where she's just like making a bunch of like gobble gobble gobble. That is the female like, this is the adolescent. Can you hear the difference? And Ron's just like, no. Like, what do you know?
That is funny.
And that is, I think, before we go back to the office, is when Leslie's like, guys really love it when you show them that you're better at something that they really love.
Yes.
And she's like, so proud.
That is so funny.
I love that she's just like so unapologetic, and that's what's so funny about it is like, like sometimes, we're gonna get on the hashtag like, it's the patriarchy's fault. But
bring it.
You know how sometimes, we've all seen it too, where you kind of like pretend like you're not as smart as something, or, not as good at something when you're, because of our like fragile male egos were around sometimes. And I just love that she's just like, yeah, they just really like that. And I'm just like, yes, I'm taking a page out of Leslie's book. Like, this is like girl wisdom right now.
Yeah, totally. It's so funny how they flip it on its head.
Yeah, so I feel like the writers, they were trying to like play to that too, and and try to poke fun at that a little bit. And I just really like that line.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that this is such a good relationship between Ron and Leslie that is building even more so than we've seen. Like, first it was the Ron and Tammy situation. That was our first like really strong building moment, building block of like, Leslie will really stick up for Ron even though they disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah,
and now it's like, okay, this is being tested a little bit. Ron's like trying to be patient, but he's like, I don't like this.
Right, I know. Yeah, because you're right. There's still like there's still like a lot of like love and respect there, even though you're disagreeing, which is I really like their dynamic in this episode too. So, anyways, I wanted to mention that because I really just laugh out loud at that line. So
yeah, totally. Awesome. Well, April's telling Andy to help her because she has to go to the bathroom. And if they answer, can Andy please read those numbers out loud? And I like that she clarifies out loud.
Yes. Beautiful.
And in the commentary, April said that, or Aubrey Plaza said that her backstory, quote unquote, was that she had her period, so that's why she had to run to the bathroom.
I thought she just really had to pee after sitting on
I did too.
Yeah.
Like, an hour and a half.
Happens.
Like, that happens when you're on hold. You're like, oh, shit, are they going to answer?
She's probably had her morning coffee.
Right.
Yeah. That's hidden her. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair.
In the commentary, did they say if Andy ad-libbed that song that he sings?
No, they said that was scripted, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
But there were a lot of songs, or not songs, there were a lot of ad-libs. However, when apparently this song was going to be Careless Whisper on hold, but it was not. So they made it to I'm All Out of Love. I'm all out of love, so I say not you.
Yeah.
Because I guess they couldn't get the rights to Careless Whisper, but regardless, I think this is the perfect song for it, truly.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the lyrics that they wrote. So
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I love
I
April's
quote them a lot.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When I'm on hold. I just
What about hold?
quote them when I'm on hold. Yep. It's one of my least favorite parts of being an adult is making phone calls.
Yeah.
And then being put on hold. So
it's so true.
I often channel my inner Andy.
Yeah, and dance around to it. Absolutely.
Right.
I like April's little side glance when she says maybe a deer will eat him, because he's mad that Anne and Mark are there together, and there's that little moment. Here's that first little flirty moment. It's really cute also because apparently Chris Pratt, according to the writers and everybody on the commentary, Chris Pratt was probably the only one that could actually hunt. Even Nick Offerman likes fishing, canoeing, and being outside, but he doesn't really hunt. And Chris Pratt does. And so they thought that was kind of funny for him to be jealous of not being able to go, as Andy as well. Why does he get to do all the things that I want to do? Hunting.
Right.
Right. I know.
That's so good.
I know. I love it. And this, also according to the, commentary, this romance apparently between April and Andy wasn't really planned, but then in scenes they had this romantic chemistry, so they decided to expand it, and they needed someone to stay in the office, obviously, when everyone else was going hunting, so it just happened to be them. And also, they had it in their head, kind of. It started, what's funny is that they said it started during the rock show episode. You know that part when Andy's, trying to explain, well, it's not really rock. I don't want to label it. And April's I totally get it.
Yeah, she totally gets him.
Yeah. That's when it started. That's when the writers were because that was improvised. When April says, I totally get it. That was improvised. That wasn't in the script. So I guess the writer saw it and was
Yeah. Oh, that's
let's
really
try it.
cool.
Isn't it?
Well, and they do have really good chemistry.
Totally.
So it works, yeah.
Totally. And there's so many deleted scenes, which I'll sprinkle in a little bit later, of them really bonding. It's just really crazy. And I highly recommend, if you can go find the deleted scenes on YouTube, or if you can buy the DVDs, it's so wild to see. There's so much more than just the Marco Polo. It's crazy.
Yeah. I gotta Google that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But anyways, so now I'm back at the hunting, and I really love this astute observation that Leslie says to Ron. She thinks that he likes hunting with the same people because he knows that he can beat them.
Yeah.
I think that's really fun. And then they make a bet, $100 if she bags more birds. Oh, I also want to say this. It kind of goes in line with my pigeon moment, but not really. But it more so goes in line with you, Maddie, because this is a fake bird that she's holding. It is not a real bird. So no birds were harmed in the making of this project.
I appreciate that.
I just thought it was so crazy that they could just there's 10 of them walking around, not being quiet, crunchy leaves.
Yeah.
And then they're just oh, there's birds around here for me to just shoot, like they're hanging off the trees.
Right.
they don't
Bula, bula, bula.
Yes. Ooh, and on that note,
Yeah.
I looked up if that has an actual meaning.
Ooh.
And I was only able to find, and I tried 4 different spellings.
Oh,
too.
okay.
But the bula 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 that I found is that it's a greeting in Fiji
Wow.
and can also translate to good health.
Wow.
So I don't know if they just took that and they were oh, it's means good health because we, hey,
Interesting.
congratulations,
We have food
we
now.
shot something. Yeah. We have food now. Yay.
Dinner.
Right? But I couldn't find anything other than it being a phrase in Fiji.
Huh, okay.
Fijian would be the language, would be my understanding.
Fijian.
If I'm wrong, somebody please
Interesting.
correct me.
Huh.
That's awesome. Thank you for researching that. That's so cool.
I know.
I was very intrigued because I was like, I've never heard anybody say this.
Right, I know. I wonder if it's like one of those things that, people have said like, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and for some reason we still say it the way we do, and we don't even know why.
Right.
Maybe I'll have to ask Mom if like she knows if any hunting like our family says that when they go hunting.
Brett's family is like hunted like a lot, and they like never say that.
Okay, so wait, well, have they been quail hunting?
I think that
because maybe it's only for quails.
Has. Maybe, but weren't they going there for turkeys? And he has been turkey hunting.
Oh, maybe
that was
both.
the other thing too. I was like, okay, that's awesome. I guess there's quail around here, but like, weren't you guys going to like bag a turkey? Like,
right? I don't know.
So I don't know. Did they say anything in the commentary about like why the writers wrote that?
No, they didn't.
I don't know.
So I don't know.
Well, it definitely rolls off the tongue. It's nice. It's a nice little like rally call. You can scream across the forest.
Oh my god,
I like it too.
Oh
anyways,
I also like when Ron and Leslie separate, and he goes, I do it better on my own." I was like, that's what she said.
Right.
I wrote haha next to that line too.
Oh my god, I love that. And Tom and Donna with guns is so terrifying. Like, I do not like seeing them.
Well, and then like Tom's gun is like a giant shotgun, and he's just like shooting at a tree. And then you like, when you scan over to like Mark and Anne, they have this like little rifle, like a smaller wooden rifle. And I'm like, why does Tom have this like, massive
why did we give the shotgun to Tom?
Right.
Don't do that.
Not smart. Greg Daniels said that this was a CGI crow that Tom shoots at.
Really? Oh my god.
It looks real. That's why I was like, are you sure? But he said it was. He said it was a pain in the ass. So
it
I
does
don't know.
kind of stick around, like weirdly, like flapping around. Like I was like, why isn't it just getting away? Like they're. I was like, wow, I can't believe they got that on camera. So that's.
Yep, that is CGI. Yeah. I do also love that Mark's line of keeping one's eyes open is always a good rule of thumb when around guns.
Yes. Oh man. I love Jerry. He has this moment where he gets to be the sound logic person.
Yes.
Donna's shooting at nothing. Tom is shooting and not like warning anyone what's happening. And Jerry's just like, what the why?
Right.
And yeah.
He gets to like, what are you shooting at?
Yeah. I was gonna nothing. I wanted to ask you guys, because I was like relating with Anne pretty hard here, like when she's shooting. Have you guys gone shooting?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have that in my notes too. Yes, I have been. I've gone to a shooting range with my dad before, and I've shot. I think I've only shot pistols, like a Glock. I've shot that, and honestly, I like it. I actually really like it. I think it, like, if you're at a shooting range and it's like monitored and it's safe and you can like see, what you're doing and you learn a lot, I think it's cool. I've never actually been hunting, but I have shot a BB gun because, being in the South, and cousins, but other than that, yeah. What about you, Brookelynn?
I've tried a couple different times, with like previous boyfriends, things like that. One time there's a lot of, what are they called? I just forgot the name of them. They, are like these little like rodents. They're like out west, and they like just burrow and then make a bunch of holes in the ground, like tunnels.
Like groundhogs?
No, not groundhogs. There's something else. Oh man, I can't.
Gopher?
My brain is just not.
Yeah,
working.
Gophers.
Kind of like gophers. I can't remember what it is.
Hedgehog?
No, I love hedgehogs. They're so
Squirrel?
No, I'll think of it.
Okay.
But anyway, so I've shot there, and I've actually gone to some of the recreation areas, like where we grew up, Holly, and shot like rifles and pistols and things like that, and been to the shooting range a few times.
Who did you go to the shooting range with?
I think one time we did go with Dad, and then I've also been with other boyfriends. So.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Did you go with Brett?
Yeah, I've gone with Brett, and I went with some other people too. So yeah.
Okay. Cute. What about you, Maddie?
Yeah, I went for the first time 3 years ago, maybe, and Ivan took me, and the same thing, just like used a pistol, and I think think everybody should try it at least
Yes.
once.
I agree.
Because I'm with you. I'm like, if it's in a safe environment and I'm learning something, I feel very comfortable. And I think I don't feel as scared, and I kind of know what to expect,
Right.
that if I was ever put in a situation
Yeah.
where I was in danger and there was a gun and I could protect myself, like I feel like now I know what to expect. Because if you're picking up a gun and this is your first shot and you're trying to shoot someone, you're not going to be on target, first
Yeah.
of all. And you're going to be scared as fuck
Yeah.
about how the gun comes back at you.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I think everybody should, I mean, if you would like to be able to keep yourself safe in that situation, I would do, like, go to a shooting range with someone who knows what they're doing. And, like, because I haven't been before. And, but yeah, I really liked it. And I shot at one of those targets.
Yeah.
And Ivan made me take the paper home because there were so many, like, little headshots. He was like, we're going to hang this in our bedroom.
That's awesome. I know. Target practice is super fun.
Yeah.
And I like just setting up like cans or like glass bottles and just trying to like, shoot those like on like a fence post or like,
That'd be fun.
That's really fun. I don't know. It can be really
Yeah,
fun.
well,
when
and
you,
I feel like a lot of those shooting ranges do have, trainers or like people that will teach you. But yeah, I totally think it's a skill. I don't think people really look at it as a skill, but hunting and shooting in general, or like, it's something that you need to know how to be prepared for, I feel, if you're going to do it,
Yeah.
Because it's not something that you can just pick up, I feel, which a lot of people think that you can, but I don't think that it's safe to do that.
Yeah, but it can be, it can be really fun, like, when you're doing it like recreationally and like, you have, a license, like, or you're in a safe place where you're not going to harm anyone else.
Yeah.
Hopefully not yourself. Like,
Exactly.
and that you have someone there to tell you, like, don't point it at yourself. Like, that's not a thing that you should do.
Do not look down the barrel of the gun.
Your eyeballs open. Like,
well, and I remember too, like, it's one of those things too where like you have to be really careful and aware of where you're pointing it anywhere, like even if like so that you're not pointing it in the or not even pointing it, but like holding it in the direction of someone else, when you're turning around, or if you're like changing bullets or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? It's just like you have to be really aware, and that sounds so stupid because it's just like, yeah, duh, but not everyone would. When you have a gun in your hand, you're not thinking of that, I feel, you know what I mean?
Case in point, we see Tom.
Exactly. Case in point, this episode.
and Tom, like, throwing
but it is fun, and I really like it.
Yeah, but I do like that scene with Mark and Anne, because they are just kind of like hanging out, like, and she's trying it out for the first time and having a good time, and he's kind of like, okay, just try not to do that.
Right.
Well, and he doesn't look put out trying to help her, right?
Exactly.
He's like, this is a really cool experience with my girlfriend.
He's having a good time.
And he's not taking it as seriously, and, so they're actually enjoying their time. They're not like, it's not like Ron and Leslie.
Right, exactly, yeah. Oh, and I also remembered what those rodents are called that I was telling you about. They're prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs. Okay.
Yes. And they are just like rampant in Wyoming. Like, they're just like thousands of these guys. Like, I mean, it's not on anybody's land. It's like all like, public land. But yeah, a couple people's pastime is to play target practice with those things.
But do they eat them?
I don't know.
Or they just kill them?
I don't know, but I just
like
know
that.
I know that there's like a lot of them. There's like hundreds and hundreds, like they're just like crawling over the ground. Like there's too many of them.
That's what a lot of people have been doing too. Like even with bears and coyotes and stuff, they're saying to shoot them instead of like, for control.
Yeah, coyotes.
Because there's too many.
I know, yeah. Well, and even the deer.
But coyotes are more
too.
dangerous than a prairie dog, I would imagine. And
yeah. So,
anyways. But I do love that Jerry's having a good time. He has this little moment where he's at the cooler. He gets to pee standing up. Like, what the F? Does he not do that at home, I'm guessing?
He lives with 4 women.
And I'm like, I don't understand.
So sometimes he's probably like, it's not even worth it to put it up. I'll just sit.
Maybe. But I love this camera work. They're running with Jerry. Lots of
it's
Ron
like a
gets
Blair
shot.
Witch Project kind of thing where they're like,
That's exactly what they said in the commentary, Brookelyn. They said like it looks like the Blair Witch Project.
That's awesome. I love that we're with Jerry when he gets shot because I feel like everybody's first intention would be to say Jerry shot him.
That's a really
Yeah.
But I
good
love
point,
that
Maddie.
the camera crew's with him.
That's a really good point, Maddie. Bula bula
Yeah.
bula? Question mark.
Leslie, though, I do not want her anywhere near a crisis because he's like, right, you look at the difference between Anne and Leslie.
absolutely.
Because he's like dying, right? He's freaking out. He's just been
Right.
shot. He's really pissed off. And Leslie's asking him 15 million questions.
Yeah.
Right, I
Like,
know.
no. He
Leslie's
can't
like,
process
I have your
this
hat,
right
Ron.
now.
I have your hat. As if that's the
Do you
most
want your
important
hat?
thing.
Yeah. She's like, I think she asks him, do you want it? It's like, no.
It's kind of like
God.
a
Like,
mom
not right
move
now.
or something where you're just like, I'm panicking now too. Like, there's this one
Absolutely.
random thing that doesn't really matter. Like, and then Anne comes in here and she's like, got her like nurse face on, and she's like, okay,
Total
we're
control.
gonna- Yes.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a badass bitch in this. I loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
I love it.
Apparently, there was a deleted scene because they did shoot Mark and Jerry. Like, they did film Mark and Jerry carrying Ron up the 8 stairs. Like, they did it for like 8 takes. They said that they were super like sweaty and gross and like sore. And apparently, Nick Offerman said that like they might have hit his head a little bit, like because when they were carrying him up, and it was like such a mess, which sucks because it got cut, but that did happen.
I know, that's what I was going to say, and it didn't even make it into the episode.
I know.
Poor
Oh,
Ron.
man. Donna's reaction to her Mercedes, though, you guys. I want to care about my car as much as she cares about her car.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
They said they were going to subtitle her lines because she was so hard to understand for a while, but then they were like, the audience will get the point.
Yeah.
I love
couldn't
how Anne comes
understand her
out there and
screaming.
she's like, is it your heart? Is it like, she's trying to like assess the situation, and then she's just like,
I love her look to camera. Anne's look to camera is so golden.
I seriously love Donna's scream so much, though. I really love it.
So hilarious. Yeah, so her Mercedes gets shot. And her tire is out. But oh my god, you guys, Nick Offerman's acting in this when he is having to purge or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
like,
I love all 3 of them in this scene.
Yeah, it's so good.
oh my, they're all so good. Apparently, okay, fun fact, the whiskey or scotch that he's drinking is apple juice.
Oh, I totally called that. I watched him chug it, and I was like, bet you anything that's apple juice.
Yeah, it was apple juice.
That's
Good job.
awesome, Maddie.
And apparently Greg Daniels
it
pushed
looks
really
like it.
What?
It looks like it.
does.
The coloring.
Yeah.
It's lighter. It's like sugary or
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But apparently Greg Daniels pushed really hard for the towel behind Ron's head to be super bloody because they said that, like, you know, it needed to be really bloody. But then apparently it turned out to be like too much. Like, they were like, oh gosh, that might be too, you know,
Too gory.
terrorizing and gory, so gross. So they actually ended up whiting some of it out in post.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you can't see very much. It's just like a little,
Right.
Yeah.
a little dot.
There's
almost.
there's just enough, I feel. I think they did a
Yeah.
really good job with that. But apparently it's so funny because apparently in the commentary Rashida Jones said that, like, they were just being thrown all over the place on that bed. Like, she was being I think she was being dramatic, but I also think she was being realistic because she said that, like, her and Amy Poehler were like flying across from each other. Like, they would catch each other in midair and like see each other flying because Nick was throwing them
Well,
all over
I
the
really
place.
love when, like, Leslie's, like, jumping on the, like, she's, like, pushing on Ron.
Oh my god.
And then, like, Ron's just screaming, and it's also,
Grab
like,
his mustache!
trying to hold him.
They said they couldn't stop laughing, and Nick Offerman was just so strong. So, like, there wasn't really much they could do. But obviously, it worked out because it looked so freaking real.
Yeah, they really did a good job with that scene.
Oh my!
It's very good.
So
I love Leslie's line when they're trying to figure out who shot him, and she says Ron, and Anne's like, I don't think Ron would shoot the back. He got shot in the back of the head, and Leslie goes, "You're right. He loves the back of his head. He would never shoot himself there." Like, that's the part that
Yeah.
makes sense to her, is because he likes it, he's not going to shoot himself
Oh
there.
my
right,
gosh, I
exactly.
love
Not
it.
because he just wouldn't shoot himself at all, but
Right,
because he likes
right.
that. part of
my
his
gosh,
himself.
I love that. And I also really love the line when Anne comes back, before they're like jumping around on the bed trying to get him to throw up, when Anne comes back and she's like, oh, well, I gave him some pain medication. It's pretty strong. And you're thinking like, oh, she's a nurse. Like maybe she gave him like, you know, like a prescription something or other. Yeah. But then she says that she was like, it's the pain medication that Donna uses for menstrual cramps. And like, like
she like gave him Midol or something.
And it just made me laugh like so much, because I really was expecting, you know, because Anne's like, you know, she's organized, she's doing her nurse thing, she's got her nurse bag and everything, and then she's just like, it's pretty strong. Like,
right, and don't drink that with scotch. Oh my god, that is so funny.
Made me laugh.
Well, now we're at Andy and April, back to playing Marco Polo. Do you have anything else to say before that?
No, but I have something on this.
Say it.
The soda they're drinking is real.
Burners!
Burners! Yeah, that was the, remember we did that huge deep dive like a million years ago about ginger ale, and Burners was like the first one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was the one where they had the vending machine outside, and we were like, yo, I don't think they're going to have a vending machine outside in like -5 degrees.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about that.
We still haven't found an outside one, or no one has told us that anyways. But fun fact too, love that is a real soda. Good catch on that. Andy's leg gets caught in the chair when he's playing Marco Polo. That was not scripted. That just happened, and then they decided to use that one.
That's awesome.
And his pants actually split, which is hilarious, because you don't really see that, but they said that in the commentary, which I thought was funny.
That is awesome.
That's great.
No, also, like, really quick, like, side note, I love that ginger ale. It's really good.
I found out it was created in 1880 by a Detroit pharmacist.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Very
okay, that makes sense. Because, like, the ginger, just like tonic water, was also,
remember
like,
in
made
our
by
deep
farmers.
dive,
Yeah.
that was a thing where, like, they didn't used to use real ginger. They actually used a pepper that I can't pronounce the name of.
Right.
But they used a pepper, and they never actually used
about
real
that.
ginger, but they used the pepper to, like, have the taste of and, like, the spiciness of ginger.
Yeah.
And then when I think Canada Dry or something came around or something, they were, like, competing, and then that's why you see on the Canada Dry thing, real ginger is used, because they didn't used to use real ginger, which is like, what the fuck? Why are you calling it ginger ale then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marketing.
And Canada Dry has won.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody really knows who Verner's is.
Verner's is just one of those like Midwest kind of thing, because it started in Detroit, and so it's like very regional. You know what I mean? Whereas Canada Dry, I feel like it's everywhere.
I don't know.
Way to be Parks and Rec. Way to be regional like that. It's now manufactured by Dr. Pepper, in case anybody wanted to know.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like I've seen it like even in grocery stores, like on the East Coast too.
I'm sure it's everywhere. I just don't think it's as big of a deal. But Greg Daniels and Mike Schur are wonderful at that, like making sure that they have local things. So
yeah, that's awesome. And I really love like ginger beer and ginger ale.
Me too.
Some dark
Love
and stormy
ginger beer.
moments. It's really good.
Yeah.
But I can see that it was
Good
made
stuff.
by a pharmacist. That makes total sense.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
So Tom starts shooting at Craig, the Mercedes-Benz fella. Oh my god, so dumb. Aziz Ansari.
I got you, Craig.
I got you, Craig. Aziz in the commentary said he got scared actually when he was shooting, because he didn't know that the dirt was going to fly up in the air. I don't think it was a real gun. Maybe it was, but he didn't know that like a prop dirt was going to fly up in the air. So he was like,
Yeah, was it like an airsoft gun or something? Like, what
I'm
was
actually
it?
not sure what kind of guns they were using. I didn't research that part
Like,
of
did
it.
he actually
but
shoot a gun? That's really funny.
I know. I don't think they did. I think all of the shots were added in afterwards. So like, I'm not really. I'm like, usually when they have prop guns anyway, like they will make the sound, but not always that fire that comes out of the
Right,
out of the barrel.
Oh
will
yeah, I love
be
like
shown.
all of the things where they have like prop people or like set people, and they're talking about like all the like different things that they do just to like make it look realistic on camera and stuff. It's really cool. So maybe they did something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, they could have added it in post. They probably did. So
Yeah. I was going to
don't
ask
know.
really quick. I don't know if this is like before or after, but I was going to ask you, going back to this ginger ale scene. Sorry to go back to this again.
That's okay.
We move on.
I went on the longest ginger ale deep dive, like on that one episode, so I feel you.
I was curious when if they said anything in the deleted scenes or the commentary, like if like that table in the floor was just so sticky and gross. Because I'm just like thinking of like the cleanup afterwards. I'm just like, what is happening?
I know. They didn't say anything
like
in the commentary, but I
out.
completely feel you. I think it would be totally gross and sticky and nasty.
So I was curious if they said in the commentary, like, remember when like they had to clean up after that? And it was like,
Ew.
that's all I could think of. Because like, where you would not do that in your house, like you would not. So I just thought of that.
No, the janitorial staff was not pleased with them, I'm sure, that day.
Yeah. And their like lines and stuff were like really stupid. And poor Andy, he just couldn't get with it.
He just doesn't get it.
To say something that's going to make me want to spit. I think it's really hilarious too, because like I actually tried this. This is funny. I was impressed by April like talking while she has the soda in her mouth, because I was like, I feel like that's a lot of, and so I did try it, you guys. I was like one of those losers where I was like, I'm going to experiment with this shit.
Right.
And you just have to take the right amount.
Yeah.
So she didn't take a full gulp. She just took a tiny little bit, and then she talked while
So
she
how
was
many
saying
takes did they have to do for that?
I don't know. They didn't really talk about how many, but they did say a lot of that was like improvised. And apparently, like when he says, "What do you mean the squirrel took the thing out of his backpack?" Like Pratt did that.
Yeah.
Just saying some shit. I think some of it was, scripted, obviously, but that part specifically was.
Yeah,
and
that's like me, like when I'm trying to like be funny and I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like on the spot, like, and you're just like, and then the door opened. And you're just like, okay, but what's the punchline? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it seemed
I've
like
lived
The
in
Office.
Pawnee my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that Pratt said. He was like, I'm going to get something out of her. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try really hard. Like, that was his kind of, MO. He was like, or his goal, rather. But yeah.
It's really funny. I know, it reminded me of that, like, a scene from The Office where Michael Scott's like, sometimes I just start a sentence and I just like see where it takes me and I don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's me when I'm trying to come up with like something funny. It made me think
of
like
improvisation.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So I was curious if they said anything about that, about if they improv'd any of that or what that scene was like. So,
yeah.
But anyway, so sorry for that side tangent, but yes, going back to like when Tom is shooting Craig, and I really love when Donna's like, I'm coming to save you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you, Craig.
Also, what in Tom's mind said, I just shot Ron. Maybe I should pick the gun up again.
Yeah, exactly. What is wrong with you?
So crazy. Well, this guy's, I messaged him. His name is Taylor something. Shit, I forgot his name. Hold on. I'm going to look him up because he deserves it. I'm so sorry. No, not Taylor. Travis Guba. I did message him. He liked the message, but he didn't message me back. So
okay, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe he'll message me back later. But he's in Law and Order. He's in True Crime miniseries. He was actually in This Is Us. He was also in Modern Family, which I don't remember. But good job for you. Really like that. Don't shoot.
That's really funny. And like that's like his one line in this entire episode.
Totally. Oh my god. Then Donna runs at Leslie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Tackles her.
So this was
to the ground.
You said what, Maddie?
I said tackles to the ground.
Literally. So I was very curious as to how they shot this, but apparently it ended up being Leslie, but the one who actually charges and takes her down is a stunt double. That is not Retta.
Is it?
Yes.
That's really funny.
So that was her. And then apparently on this day, Aubrey Plaza brought her dad to set. I thought that was sweet. So very precious.
Oh, her dad was like on set, like watching them filming and stuff. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And there's this really cute deleted scene where they're having Leslie and Donna are speaking, and she's kind of interrogating her. Leslie's interrogating Donna, and then Donna turns it around on her and is like, "Did you shoot my car?" And she's like, "No, I would never hurt a car." It's a living thing.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
That's funny.
That's awesome that they got a stunt double for the scene where she tackles Leslie though, because they were like, we need this to look really real.
Exactly. And then we've got our park ranger. This is the best scene ever. And before we get to it, I just want to say who this park ranger is and also what I found out about him. Number one, his name is Jay Johnston. And he's been in a few things, which is called Mr. Show, which is a huge sketch show with Bob Odenkirk and David Cross, who you know from Arrested Development. And Bob Odenkirk is, Better Call Saul. But anyway, there is a thing, he's done a bunch of stuff, but there is a thing that I found in my research that he was confirmed that he was at the Capitol riot.
Oh, wow.
So I am not going to talk about him any further, but there is a picture of him, an FBI, picturegram, whatever the hell. I know I'm calling it picturegram, but that's not a word. But it was reported, and there is a picture of him that I'm not going to post because it's not worth it, but he was at the Capitol riot. And I was like, maybe it's not him because he doesn't have a mustache in the picture, but he does in the show cringy. Or in his IMDb. Very cringy and very gross. So goodbye to that guy. I'm not going to talk about him.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like we all have to learn this lesson at some point. You got to be careful what you put on the internet. And if you put it out there, then...
Well, I don't even think that he put it on there. I feel like what it looks like is somebody took a picture of him and it just got leaked.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if you go to the Capitol riot, you have to be, aware of what exactly you are doing and that it's going to be leaked probably and that people are going to find out.
Right, yeah. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah. Google Maps.
It's okay. He's not even the star of this scene. So it's Leslie.
You're right,
so.
And he's terrible anyways. He doesn't play a great guy anyways. Maybe he just tapped into his
he really leaned into his role. He was like, I don't have
what's that called?
Really.
Method acting.
Yes.
But you know who I will talk about is Dean Holland, who edited the shit out of this montage because he is the editor that came up with all the jump cuts. He was actually responsible for the first one, which was in the one with Shauna Malwae-Tweep in Canvassing. And when they're at the JJ's Diner and they just go back and forth between, and Leslie's just saying all these things. And they had a lot of alts, all of these lines that she's saying in Hunting Trip, putting on her lipstick and I got a bra that in the front.
That's one of my favorites. She went full stereotype. She just went, all right, what could this guy be thinking about any woman?
Yes.
And I'm just going to go for it.
Exactly.
Bitches be crazy.
Be crazy. Oh my God. But yeah, all of that was just alts. They were going to select one and then Dean Holland was a genius and was like, they're all gold. So let's just put them all in there and just connect them all together. So.
That is awesome. I love the editing so much. It's perfect.
It is so gorgeous.
So Dean,
so gorgeous.
You killed it.
Yes, I love Dean so much. Can't even handle it. I get that tunnel vision that girls get.
Oh my gosh, no.
I think I have to change my.
Oh, go ahead, Maddie.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, really, when she's like, I'm really good at tolerating pain, and I'm bad at math, and I'm stupid. So.
And I'm stupid.
I think I might have to change my favorite line because I just saw the other one that I wrote down, which is, this would not have happened if I had a penis.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's just so stupid.
Are you single? I love the way her tone. I was thinking with my lady parts, all I want to do is have babies. Chocolate.
Yeah, I thought it was chocolate. And she says one where she was like, my life is so incomplete that I would just want to shoot someone.
That's my favorite line. I guess when my life is incomplete, I want to shoot someone. That feels really, resonating with me. So.
Yes. And I really liked when she was trying to explain this mid-trip thing and he was just like, I think you're hysterical from all the things that have happened. It's just oh my gosh. And then
please tell me how I feel.
I'm going to commit to this.
Yeah.
She goes,
yes.
And the way that it's edited, it just looks like she goes off on this tirade.
Yeah.
And I love that it's that lip gloss that's I don't know. Yeah. It looks kind of old
with
school.
With a little spreader thing.
Right? Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I love that scene so much.
There is a deleted scene that's really precious where they're all in the cabin trying to get answers and the park ranger is like questioning. And Leslie says, like, I know what happened. Or Anne says, I know what happened. And the deleted scene, she goes along with it and says, like, yeah, Leslie shot Ron. Because Leslie tells her, you know, like, I saw Tom do it. I know that Tom doesn't have a hunting license kind of thing. And it's really cute. It's such a friendship moment. It's kind of this beautiful little scene where Leslie smiles at Anne thinking like, okay, thank you for doing what I wanted to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
I know.
I love that.
But I'm back at the office now if you guys are.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I have April offering to give Andy hickeys, and he leaves and he says, I'm going to go sterilize my neck.
I wrote that too, and I was like,
I wonder what that means. Was he going to go wash his neck in the sink or something?
I hope he's not putting hand sanitizer on it because that hickey is going to taste disgusting.
Gross.
Also, where has your neck been today that you need to go do that?
I
yeah,
know.
right. It's like, why would you say that?
Oh my God. There are so many deleted scenes here, you guys, of April and Andy. There's one actually where April is sucking on his neck. It shows her doing that, and
Yeah.
I recorded it, so I'm going to play that after I explain the rest of the deleted scenes. But there's ones also where they're in Ron's office and their heads are on the floor, but they're laying down and their feet are up on the chairs. And I took a picture, so I'll have to send it to you. But it just shows so much more bonding. And then they even say Jurassic Park in it because they're like having accents and they're like talking about Jurassic Park. And I was like, oh, but Chris Pratt's in Jurassic World. Oh my God. And then there's one where she's painting his toenails and his nails are like all yellow and gross. And it's just
Gross.
And then like there's one where she's sewing up his pants because he rips his pants when he's like playing Marco Polo and he's covering himself with the flag, the blue Indiana flag. It's just like, it's so much. And then she punches him in the stomach. She's like, just to pass the time, I guess. She's like, I'm going to punch you in the stomach. And then there's this super important scene. Okay, here, I'm just going to play you guys all these things because some of them are really important. Okay, I'm going to play the Jurassic Park one, then the Hickey one, and then I have to tell you something after this.
Can't wait.
I'm going to travel from Sydney to Brisbane.
I'm going to throw a boomerang at this koala.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I don't know why you said that.
Because I thought it would sound cool in an Australian accent.
I did.
That's that. Super random. It did. Okay, and then this is the Hickey one.
Ow, that tickles. Ugh, yuck. Oh, you're really bad at this. Ow. Oh. No. April. Did I get one?
Yeah, it looks really good. Anne's gonna freak out. No, I really just want Anne and Andy to get back together.
It was super cute and like, no, I don't like him. But I kind of like that they showed that because, I don't know, maybe it was better not because, like, you can imagine them, like, being more romantical as she's giving him the hickey, like, if they didn't show that. But it was not romantical at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the one super important scene that I'm going to tell you really fast is that she does, if anyone was wondering, she does get the call answered when she's on hold. And she gives the person the number, and they say, yes, it's been tracked, it's received, your budget was received. Which, by the way, if anyone was wondering that is what the tracking number was for. It was for the annual budget to be received at, like, the head of government, whatever the hell, wherever they sent it, the State Department or whatever. And then April says, can you just leave me on hold, though, for a little bit longer? Like, can you just put me on hold? And the lady's like, okay. And April's like, yeah, I just really like the music. Oh. And so she stays on hold so that she can keep Andy around.
Oh,
That's awesome.
And it's so Frenching.
I know. Oh, that would have been a cute scene to include.
Yeah, I really wish they had kept that one in because that one was really important. But then they're doing, like, interpretive mirror dances where, like, they're shadowing each other, doing these, like, wipe her on, wipe her off kind of thing. It's so cute.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I like it because it is more of a slow burn with April and Andy, as opposed to like if you showed all of those scenes, you'd be like, oh damn, like there's something here, you know?
Right, yeah.
So
that's awesome. No,
So
you're
anyways,
right. It is kind of a slow burn with them, but some of those sound kind of cute, and they would just like add to that like story. Maybe they felt like her like side eyes to the camera were like hinting at it enough.
yeah, totally. But anyways, so now we're back at the cabin.
Yes.
And Ron is giving Leslie shit for shooting him in the head. Apparently they said it was super dark when they were shooting this, so they lightened it a bit in post, and I think it worked out better on camera, obviously, because it just shows that the sun's going down. They've been there all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. That's true.
But I hate that Tom is enjoying this. Tom is like,
I know.
Mama.
I have that written down. Tom is such a dick.
That's so true. I know. Rude.
Sleazy Tom. I love that Anne.
Like someone's trying to save you.
Around.
Yeah, that scene where you're talking about like some of the cabin was like maybe on set. I feel like that room, maybe that was like a set room, because I was looking in the background and it looks like a cool like bar or dining room area. I don't know. And I'm just like, we haven't seen this part of the cabin before.
Yeah, it could be.
Because it's just Anne like slapping Tom upside the head, like, and it's just that in the room in the background.
Yeah, totally. And then it's finally revealed that Tom doesn't have a license because he's Sleazy Tom. And I love this line that Ron says, "You're a real stand-up guy."
I know, me too. I like that line too. It's like a nice like ending to like the competitive like showing them up spirit, like, and then and then Ron is kind of like, okay, I see what you did here, and he's like okay with like the change.
Yeah. Sorry I lost my temper before. It was because I was shot in the head by a moron.
It kind of concerns me though, because it seems like, so Ron's really pissed that Leslie shot him, right? And then when he finds out it's Tom, he seems more upset that Tom doesn't have a license than he does that Tom shot him.
Interesting. Like that's a $10,000
which is an interesting
fine.
turnaround.
Like you could get in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. It was did he say it was 25,000?
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
It's something.
Maybe
It's
jail time.
hefty.
He also said.
Yeah. Right. Well, and
I should look that up. That should be in my next recap. Like I'm sure each state or city, differs, but I know there is a fine if you're hunting without a license. That is a thing, but I don't know how much it is.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Yeah, and that would have looked really bad for the Parks Department and ruined any chance of them going again.
Sad.
I know. Yeah, so.
And then Ann Pants is Tom.
I know, yes.
Pants King. Pants Queen.
Yes.
They said it wasn't actually in the script for Anne to pants him. That just
Yes, Anne.
And then Leslie said pants queen. I'm like, are you serious? Because that was way too good to not be scripted.
I know, that was awesome. Yes.
Oh my god.
But like Tom is just wearing like tidy whities too.
Oh my god. And
so
so gross. Tom, get it together. I'm sorry. Tidy whities are fine, but like on Tom of all people, you're just like, oh god, you child.
I know. And when he like first thinks, he's like, oh, is this really gonna happen? And you're like, oh my god, Tom.
Are we really gonna do this? Sleazy Tom, dumbass. Oh my god.
Gross.
But I love like Anne's like no nonsense. Like
I love this side of Anne. Every time she gets mad, it's my most favorite thing. Like,
I know. I love it too.
Yes.
It's so
or
true.
like just stern. It's not even that she's mad. She's just like, no, you fucked up. Do what's right, dumbass.
Right. I know. I love it. I love when she gets like that too.
Yeah. And I love everybody, like, in my personal life who I ever, like my friends, if they get, like, upset or frustrated, I'm like, that's the real you. I want that all the time.
Yeah, I know. And Anne does that, like, a lot of times. She's kind of like the moral compass, too. When, like, Leslie or somebody, like, flies off the handle and she's like, no, you should tell them or, like, talk to them about something.
Yeah, totally. Oh, my God.
I love it.
Well, so we do have our closing little moment. Do you have anything before the closing moment, Maddie or Brookelynn?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
Okay. Well, RJ's coming to say hi to us.
Oh, hi.
I had the door closed, but she got in somehow.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, RJ the cat. So Andy's walking down the hallway. There's so many hickeys. I wonder what that hickey.
Why?
Do like how the makeup department?
Oh,
I
you
would
can
love
do
to
makeup.
ask what they did.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to do with makeup, I think.
They're like in some weird places. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a hickey here? Okay.
Right. And why are there so many? Like, she could have done 1 or 2 and it would have been enough. But there's like 12.
Chicken pox. Or the measles or-
Yes. He looks sick.
Look to the camera like, what the hell is wrong?
Like, it doesn't make her jealous. She's just like, what the fuck? That's weird. Good job, makeup department, because I think that was the goal all along anyway. So.
Yeah, it really does look like he has chicken pox. I'm just like, what?
Ew.
So funny.
And then they welcome Ron back to the office.
I know, with the turkey
Oh my gosh.
that I saw, and I was like, I don't think they should got a turkey on the hunting trip. So.
No. I was not imagining that she got the turkey from the hunting trip at all.
No.
I love that they were doing it all this Thanksgiving and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
sweet.
I like it too. And then he turns around and his head is disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
I wonder how the makeup department did that too.
Oh my gosh. They were just like, let's just mat down his hair and put like a plaster on it. Like, put some red dots.
That's what it has to be.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and I also thought that the Thanksgiving dinner looked really cute and precious, by the way. I mean, I wonder who made all that. Was it Leslie that made all that? Like, I'm just
Probably.
curious.
Oh,
She carted
100%.
it in from her car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, the scene with Ron's back of his head. And then everybody's like, oh no, now I can't eat.
I know. Oh my God. And then there is this incredible deleted scene also when, okay, so Ron says that he got Leslie a present for being so cool, like for, for taking up for Tom and just covering. And he comes in wearing a dress. Like Tom comes in wearing a dress.
Uh-huh.
And he turns around, he spins around and everything. And then the next morning he comes in wearing a dress and they're like really confused because they're like, what? And so I have to play this clip for you. It's so dumb.
Hey, Leslie.
What are you doing? You only had to wear the dress for 24 hours.
I know. Wearing a dress is amazing. Women can't stop talking to me about it. It's the ultimate icebreaker. Hey, why are you wearing a dress? What's up with the dress? I don't know, some children's charity work. I have a dress too. What's up? I'm Tom. Good to meet you. I mean, these are women that would never talk to me if I had pants on. I may never wear pants again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see the dress.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I have to take a picture of it. Oh my God. It is so hilarious. It's like one of those flowery, like old church lady Easter dresses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my God. So I'll have to take a picture of it.
It's like when Tom wears that like raccoon hat in an attempt to like get girls to talk to him. And it like makes sense since he's just like gotten pantsed twice during the weekend. And he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna go for this. And I got some ladies talking to me now. It's all good.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Oh my God. But yeah, I looked it up because I wanted to see exactly what time. I knew it was around Thanksgiving, but apparently it's like a Thanksgiving moment because, obviously it's a Thanksgiving moment, but it aired on November 19th. So
Okay.
that makes
like a week
sense. It
before.
aired the week before Thanksgiving, or maybe it was a week before, depending on when the 19th was. And Brooklyn's birthday is November 16th, so this would have been a nice birthday one for you.
I know. I love it. No, I remember when I was first watching Parks and Rec, I think I first started watching it like in the fall, and it was on Netflix, and it only like the first 2 seasons or 3 seasons were out. And I just remember like kind of just like hanging out a bit because I was working like a shift work thing. So it was like at night, and it was like, kind of cold outside, and I just like found Parks and Rec, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this show was really funny actually. Yeah. And I think it was around the time when I first started watching Parks and Rec, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this show so much.
Yeah, it's the best. Well, that's Hunting Trip.
Yeah.
Yay.
We did it.
I know. I love the excuse to rewatch that cutscene again. It just
my God,
I just
the
love
jump
it so
scene
much.
is so good.
So good.
I know. I really had trouble deciding what to do with my favorite line, but I mean, you could have chosen any of them, but I think that's good. So the one that I chose, because mine was the when my life feels incomplete, I shoot someone. Maddie, yours was the penis one.
Mm-hmm.
This would not have happened.
Why are all of mine penis ones? Just so often
She
that is
likes
the case.
Penis, guys. Come on.
Oh no.
Brookelynn, what's yours? I forgot. Which one was yours?
I think my favorite from the cutscene, I mean, that's like my favorite part. Is when she said that she's good at tolerating pain and she's bad at math and I'm stupid.
And I'm stupid. You're stupid and you're drunk and I'm stupid.
That's probably my favorite episode that I've watched 400 times, but I think this is like a close second. I mean, there's so many good ones, but...
Yeah. Okay, so we have a little surprise moment. Now, I've been messaging kind of, but Alison, our wonderful fan that we talked about last episode. Why couldn't I think of the word episode? Oh my God. Anyways, last episode, who wrote us that wonderful review, is going to come on and join us for a little therapy moment. And I told her to come on in. So she is waiting in the waiting room. Are you guys ready for her?
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, here she comes. We're just going to have a little moment.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Oh, look at her cute little picture.
I know, I like it.
Oh, I did it.
I hear something.
Hello.
Hi.
Is your video on?
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm still new to this.
Oh my gosh, it's all good. Zoom is done.
There we go.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
I've been looking forward to this all week.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being such a fan. You are the best. I love all of your messages.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. This is my sister, Brookelynn, by the way.
Hi.
She was on, which episode were you on the first time? Kaboom.
Yes, Kaboom. Yes, that was a good episode.
Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Yes.
Kaboom it. How's your day going, Alison?
It's good. My mom is here. She's taking care of me. She flew in from Philadelphia.
Awesome.
And so we went to the farmer's market and we drove around all the cool areas. And I guess, am I allowed to say where I live?
Yeah, that's all up to you, girl. I kind of already said
Okay.
Philly, I think, in the last one, but I don't know if that's where you're at now. So
I'm from Philadelphia. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is in Tampa Bay. It's a really cool, hip area of Florida.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Do you get to go to the beach a lot?
Not really. It's about a half an hour away. We do with a red tide.
I have heard that's
but
going
it's there
on.
if I want to. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of staying, because what's going on with me, I'm staying away from people right now.
Yeah.
But it's there.
That's fair.
It's I've been taking advantage of my pool and my complex a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't blame
Nice.
you at all for that. Especially Florida, you
Yeah.
just never know the risk. Any state, but you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot. It's high risk.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's there. It's there when I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So fun. Well, do you have any other questions for us before I just go into therapy session?
I'm kind of curious, and you can tell me offline, but I'm curious of what episode you just went with. But
Yeah, we just did the hunting trip.
I just watched that one.
It's
Yes.
so good.
You'll be ready for it then.
Do you have
Bulla,
a
bulla,
favorite
bulla.
part of it?
Yes.
I just love the bulla, bulla, bulla.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's like, bulla, bulla, bulla.
I know. We were just saying that we wouldn't know if Leslie would be good in that kind of a crisis situation, because she was just saying, "Ron, I have your hat."
Exactly. I would be like, yeah, I will sit inside. I will watch you. I will not hunt.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You and I will get along real well. That's how I am. I'm like, no, I will relax with Anne's magazine next to the fire.
Exactly.
Yes.
Didn't you say something about real simple? I was like, oh, yeah, real simple. That's my jam.
Yeah, super fun. And Maddie just found out that apparently bula 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 is like a phrase in Fiji or something, but we don't know if it's like an actual hunting term. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if it was, Maddie would have found it. So,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried 4 different spellings. I tried.
Oh, I wanted to show you my Hamilton shirt.
Yes.
And I sent you a screenshot of my picture next to my wall. It's actually from Lin-Manuel's website.
okay.
Awesome.
Yes, you guys that aren't seeing this, there's a Allison has an awesome shirt that says Hamilton, Lafayette, Mulligan. What's the last one? Lawrence.
And Hamilton, sir.
Yes.
There.
A Burster.
I love it.
See it at all? Did you get to see the
see
show
it?
live, or did you get to?
No.
Okay.
So here's the story.
Yeah. Say it.
I first saw it when I've always been into theater. I was in high school a long time ago. Then was too shy to actually do any acting. Then I watched Hamilton when it came out. While we were in quarantine on Disney.
Yeah.
And first time I'm like, all right. Second time, fell head over heels in love with it. Since then, it's like literally on the same level. Parks and Rec, Office, Hamilton. Hamilton might be slowly above. I am a Hamilton fanatic.
Yes.
From then, I've become an Anthony Ramos and Jasmine. So
Sexy.
just to get it out there, put it manifest. One of my life goals is because I sing as well. One of my life goals is to be able to write a song with Jasmine.
Wow.
So I'm putting it out there.
Which one's Jasmine again? Remind me.
Jasmine is Anthony's fiance
That's
in real
right.
life. They met on Hamilton. She's Mariah
Peggy.
Reynolds and Peggy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's right. Have you seen their music video for what's his song again? Mind Over Matter.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. We talked about this on the
I was
podcast
so
really quickly
embarrassed.
too, but it's like such like softcore porn. It's so cute. It's just,
feel
and
like
I
I
say
know
cute
you
because like
guys.
they're engaged and they're gonna be together forever. So it's nice to have that like little moment, cemented in time for them.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds funny, but I feel like I know them because I don't know. They're such good down to earth people. And that's why I really like Anthony. He's just a good guy. He doesn't let the fame get to him. He's like, I know where I'm from. I would rather be at my aunt's than on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Literally.
Oh my god. Did you have fun watching In the Heights?
I did. I was at my parents' shore house, tiny little town, and I had 2 of my best friends with me and my parents, and we were all watching, and it was exactly what I needed. Like mental health. It was what I needed.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Brookelyn.
I know. I haven't watched it yet.
You'll love it. It's the
so
best.
good.
It is
so
really
good.
long, just like Hamilton. So
It
you
is
gotta
long.
plan.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Every second, I was like, "How are they doing this?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Maddie,
I was
have
going
you
to say
watched
something,
it
but I'm
yet?
like,
I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
No, but it's on our list because Ivan's little sisters want to watch it too, and I'm like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I promise. So I had to ask you, Holly, though, because my brother who also went to school for music, and I had a very long conversation about this, and we came to the conclusion that Hamilton is not actually a musical; it is an opera.
Oh yeah, it's
Because
a rap
if you
opera.
look at all the qualifications for something being a musical versus all the qualifications of something being an opera, Hamilton is hands down an
I
opera.
can see
Yeah,
that
there's, like,
'cause
no
it has
dialogue
this
or spoken
thread throughout.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. No spoken dialogue. Every character is introduced with the same motif every time. Their name is never spoken. It's always sung in the same. And that's opera.
Yeah, it's a hip
Fascinating.
hop opera for sure.
Very cool.
Amazing.
I remember seeing a quote or hearing a quote that said, Lynn was not playing checkers. He was playing chess with all the layers.
I
That's
agree.
amazing. That's a good metaphor.
Yeah.
Totally, very strategic and just so brilliant, and so many underlying things. Like if you watch it more than once, you'll find things you didn't catch in the first 2 times you watched it. Phoebe's saying hi. If
I
you can
noticed-
hear her meowing.
I noticed when they the I died for him. Anthony was playing. He rolled himself over, so he was Philip as well as Lawrence.
Right.
Me, I died for him. Me, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Ugh, so nuts. Well, do you have to do any other sorts of treatment this week, or are you kind of done for this?
I finished yesterday with my first one.
Okay.
I'm so glad my mom is here, and then my parents. I just want to put it on the air.
Yeah.
I have the most amazing, loving, and I know this is a rare thing. I have the most amazing family. They are my earth angels. My parents both live in Philly. They're so in love with each other, you know. Mm-hmm. They've been together since college age.
What's that like?
Honestly, it has made my sister and I who we are. Just loving, trusting, positive, happy
That's
people.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
my dad will come out, and they're in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. So my dad will come out next and stay with me, fly out in my condo. I have 1 bedroom and take care of me.
Yeah, I love that.
That's awesome.
You know, yeah. So yesterday was my first treatment. I also had something called a cold cap.
Yeah, can you explain what a cold cap is? I've heard of this, but I don't know exactly what it is.
I just learned too. So this is my second time going through chemo. My first time, I lost my hair, buzzed my hair, rocked it, but now I'm like, okay.
You would totally rock a bald head. I'm so into that.
For sure.
I do, but my hair is right now. It's in a bun right now.
Yeah,
but because they said I can only wash my hair once a week because of the cold, because of the follicles. Sure. So it looks gross right now.
No, it looks great. Stop it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I like your earrings too. I can tell.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So basically this time it's just the chemo is going to cause hair thinning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I just grow my hair back. It was cute. Came back curly. It's not 100%, but it's like about 50-50. It's this I don't know how to describe it. It almost think of like those freezer packs.
Yeah.
But you put it around your head, and then there's a tube, and it looks like coolant, like freezer coolant almost.
Okay.
And they wet your head and they part it, and it freezes the follicles, so the chemo doesn't
get into your hair follicles to.
And like I said, it's not 100%, but it is worth trying.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it feels like the worst brain freeze you have ever had in your entire life.
Wow.
So I take some Tylenol, and then you just kind of get over it. You're like,
it gets numb.
It's kind of numb, and you can't hear anything because I see the picture. I look like Amelia Earhart or like a bumblebee.
Yeah, right.
My sister was like, "You look like you're about to fly away." I
love that.
Laughing, and so I couldn't hear anything. So I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm probably screaming right now."
No. Oh my gosh.
And then simultaneously, I don't know how to say that word.
Simultaneously.
Yes.
I'm also on steroids, which make me feel like I have had 10 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to slow myself down.
Got it.
I had the chemo, and right now I feel okay. I'm also getting over possibly food poisoning, so everything at once.
Oh, no. That's right.
So I rest when I can rest, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm in bed, and I'm up when I'm up, and cancer doesn't mean it's not always a death sentence, and that's why I have a blog from the first time, and I'm actually going to revive my blog.
Yes.
I want to help other people, and cancer has such a stigma to it that we're sick, and that's not
you can't
always
talk about it because it's going to be so uncomfortable.
Yeah, or people don't know what to say, so they ghost. And people ask me, and I say, "Tell me you don't know what to say," and that's totally okay. Send me a heart emoji. This could be a very lonely experience. People don't know what to do. They think of you as you're sick, and I'm a normal 38-year-old woman.
Yeah.
I still want to date. I still work. I work as a nanny. I just have to pivot and be positive. It's all about attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know?
It sounds
the worst thing you can do.
For you to have this attitude, honestly.
Thank you.
For sure.
I think a lot of people have that mindset. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that hearing that from you with other people would really inspire a lot of people. So I think you're doing great. I'm so glad that we're talking.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. I just want to show other people that, I've been through a lot with cancer, but I'm still living my life. You can still live your life. It doesn't mean you can go out and run a marathon. You have to rest. You have to wear. I have to shift especially with Florida, which is such a high COVID state.
Yeah.
I have to wear masks. I have to limit what I can and cannot do socially.
Sure.
But I'm still a normal person.
Yeah.
I'm still living my life.
Right. Yeah. What drew
that.
you to, do you mind if I ask, what drew you to St. Petersburg?
Oh, please. Okay, so I'm from Philadelphia. It's not for everybody. It's a beautiful town. It wasn't really for me.
Okay.
First, I moved to Colorado and moved to Boulder.
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
Was there for about 3 years, I want to say. It was wonderful. I got everything, all the experience out of it. And I said, I'm done. I miss the water. The water is where I'm happiest.
Yes.
Being by the water.
I can relate.
So I wanted to move to San Diego. I love the hipness. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the healthiness. I work as a nanny. I could not afford it.
Yeah, it's expensive there.
Yeah.
Southern
And
California is
so-
impossible unless like you have people that live there, or you just like, or you just are making do and it is like your absolute necessity to live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did research upon research upon research. All the places said Florida is probably the next best thing. Plus, I have family about 4 or 5 hours away.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
And it's close to Philadelphia. It's a pretty easy plane ride. And I just kept doing research, and I thought, where is everything that I want? And St. Pete was it. It's in Tampa Bay. It's a very hip, fun town.
Yeah.
Tons of food. It's beautiful. Don't agree with their politics, but that's okay. Sorry, guys. I'm liberal.
We do what we gotta do, right?
Don't be sorry. We're here for you.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
that's just me.
No, it's not.
You do you.
It's not just you.
Okay.
No.
I live in Arizona, if that helps
Okay.
you.
Yeah, you're in good company.
So it's just, and then I went blind and I drove my little Honda Fit again across the country.
Yeah.
And the rain season's terrible, but I really love it here. I just feel like I finally have found my people.
Good.
That's
That is so
awesome.
important.
So, yeah. Will this be my forever home? I don't know.
Yeah,
But
not
for
sure.
right now, I'm living every day in the present.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
so
awesome.
beautiful.
So,
I mean, every time I
yeah.
visit Florida, I really like the actual like geography of it, like being near the
Yeah.
beach. And I mean, maybe like Central Florida, I wouldn't love as much because it's not near the beach. But every time I've been to, I'm like, if you're gonna be in Florida, you should probably be by the coast, or somewhat
Yeah.
closer to the coast.
And I'm 5 minutes from Tampa. I am an hour away from Sarasota. I am a Siesta Key, the TV show nut.
Oh, what's
I
that?
actually just met. Oh my god, that's so good! It's so good! It's so good. It's kind of like Laguna Beach,
Okay.
but it's in Sarasota, Florida, where they say Siesta Key, and they have their drama. But because it's so close to me, I have to watch
Yeah,
it.
right.
Of course. That is so. Well, our dad just moved to that area, to like the Sarasota area. So we.
Well, now you have to visit me. I have to visit me.
Totally. Oh my gosh. Well, that's awesome. So, what's this blog called again?
It is I can put a link to it. It's under caringbridge.com, which is people that are going through what I'm going through, all kind of different health things. It was also a lot easier of a spot to blog.
Yeah.
But my screen name or username, it's Alison.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
awesome.
Yeah, just send me that link
send you a
via
link.
wherever you want to send it, and I'll post it in our show notes
Sure.
for sure.
Okay.
Yay.
I think I'm kind of I haven't revived it yet. It's just when I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah,
But I
of
will.
course. Of course. And I think that, I mean, is it alive right now, like from the first time? Could people go read the first
Yes.
one too? Okay.
Yes. So I think it goes the latest post first, so you have to scroll all the way down
Got
to
it.
the introduction. But my dad wrote the most beautiful blog post. You will cry.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
But I have a goal of eventually I want to write a book, and it's going to be called
yeah.
How I beat cancer, lost 50 pounds, and met my soulmate.
There you go.
I love that manifestation.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Met Ben Schwartz. No,
I
I'm
almost
just kidding.
wanted you to call it How I Manage, like Michael Scott.
Right.
Somehow I manage.
Yes.
My mom and I are actually watching it together. My mom has now joined the office watching Family.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect.
I love that. Well, okay, my question, I only have a couple more questions and then we'll try to wrap it up. But I was going to ask, how did you find that you had cancer the second time? Like, were you feeling it or did you just go in for a checkup? Like, how'd that happen?
It's been kind of an ongoing thing.
Okay.
First I went through a hysterectomy.
Oh.
Then I went through, so then the second time, just because I have doctors and you get, you stay up, check with scans.
Yeah.
And, and then it came when I literally a month after I got my own place in Florida, after a scan, it came back. And to my peritoneum, which is like the lining near your stomach, and now to my omentum. They're very small, but it's very important to be diligent through scans. And then a month before I was moving back to Florida, after being in Philadelphia, went through radiation and chemo the first time. It came back.
Gotcha.
And I go to this amazing place, a cancer center called Moffitt Cancer in Tampa, and they're just incredible. They're my earth angels.
That's awesome that you found a place that you like.
They're
I know
incredible.
Both ways.
Yeah, and I did something called immunotherapy. I can't really explain what that is. It's kind of hard to explain. Wasn't working, and so this was the next step. And I do a chemo, and then I also do a supporting treatment called Avastin.
Okay.
And it's every Friday for 3 weeks, and then 1 week off.
Okay, gotcha.
But I always, I was always raised to believe what you put out into the world is what you get back.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to help other people.
That's so awesome.
So, I always say, like, if you want to add me on Facebook, great. Just leave me a message first so I know who you are and not some scammer. I don't want to buy into your MLM. But if you have questions, I'm happy to answer anything.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for your reviews and for your support. And I'm so happy that we got to chat and hang out and, get to know you. And obviously we'll keep in touch and everything. But I feel like I've been talking a lot. Maddie or Brookelyn, did you have anything else that you wanted to say? I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm just glad we got to, I'm glad we just got to meet face to face.
Yeah, me too.
And I really resonate with them. And I think it's important for people to know, especially the way you said it, right? Like, cancer is not who you are. And this is something I try to explain when I'm psychoeducating about mental illness and something. Like, a diagnosis is not now that person's name, right? It's just a piece of clothing that they now wear.
Exactly.
So, it doesn't make you who you, your experience makes you who you are, but that label does not make you who you are.
Exactly. I'm not sick. I'm not sick, I'm not. I'm a 38-year-old single woman.
Hear that, men?
Hear that, men?
Or ladies? I don't know. Whatever you want.
Get it together. Wait, are you into men, women, both?
Men.
Okay, men.
Okay,
Here,
men.
men. Come on. Get it together.
They all, whatever. But for me personally, I am straight. But
I just wanted to make sure I was marketing to the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would have been like, okay, goodbye, cis men. See you later.
Right.
But we need you now.
I am a hetero cis woman, she, her. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that we could be virtually too, because, the whole podcast, I don't think that Holly and Maddie would have been able to really have time or think about even doing the podcast were it not for having to go virtual with so many things. So it's awesome that they've been able to set up so many just engagements with people both on the show and then also fans and things like that. So they're doing an awesome job.
Well, it's funny because I've been looking. I have a Hamilton podcast. I'm not mine, but one that I listen to. The best Hamilton podcast I've ever heard. I have a Office podcast. I've got Office ladies and Kevin's one, not Kevin.
Oh yeah, Brian Baumgartner.
You know.
The Office
Yes,
Deep Dive.
but, But I didn't have a Parks and Rec one. And you guys came up on a website of the best Parks and Rec website or podcasts.
Which
and
that's
here we are.
crazy to me.
That's awesome. I know.
I'm so glad you found it. Yay! I was trying to say that. It's so wild because I feel like I've been trying to tell people, like, if you like Office Ladies, like, you'll 100% be in our, like, market, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just are such fans, and I feel like all the Parks and Rec fans that I know anyway, like, it just draws such a good community, not only of people that are involved in it on the show, but like the fans are all like people that I'd be friends with, you know what I mean? That's who it draws.
Right. Exactly. I actually have one of my ringtones is Bye Bye Little Sebastian.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Yay.
Where'd you get it? Did you just buy it online?
Kind of made it myself.
Nice. Oh my gosh. We need to feature that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, that's one of my goals is to get what's-his-face Mark Rivers on, who did all the music for Parks and Rec. I've emailed him, but I got to email him another time because it was a long time ago.
Yes.
So I'll get him. And then I'll get Ben Schwartz for you. I'm working on it.
I actually want to do improv from the Netflix special. It has encouraged me to want to do it.
Dude, you should do it.
Oh my gosh, the one with the wedding. Oh my
gosh. It's too much.
Where he's like the tiny friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're talking about Middleditch and Schwartz, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like improv classes everywhere. So I don't know how they're doing it with like, you know, COVID and whatnot, but I mean, it's totally worth doing. Love it. So
absolutely.
good.
I'm just finishing up my, I have one more acting class, but that has already changed my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad.
Yes.
Where are you taking acting classes?
Thank you. It's in a place called Ybor, which is part of Tampa. It's called Lab Theater Projects, and my teacher is named Owen Robertson, and he is phenomenal. And my monologue is from a play that he wrote, and it's just, you know, I'm very spiritual, but it's helped open my throat chakra.
Yes. Yes. It's so, I mean, acting really makes you become more empathetic as well as like better with like public speaking and, you know, forgetting character work and stuff. It just makes you really understand what other people might be going through because you have to step into someone else's shoes, you know? It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm so glad we got to talk, Allison. This was so lovely. Thank you for reaching out. Honestly, thank you for being so brave and reaching out and spreading your gospel with people. I just love it so much. So we will tag you, and we wish you the best. Like, just keep hanging there. You're doing great, and I'm just so proud of you.
I have the heart of a lion and the spirit of a warrior.
I love that. Wait,
Thank
okay, not to like minimalize it or anything, but I'm also thinking about The Office when Michael's like the face of a lion and the body of a ostrich. Just kidding, he doesn't say ostrich, but you know that scene?
Yeah.
Yes.
He lists like 7 different body parts.
And all of that was improvised.
Can I do my gym? I'll do my gym face for you. Ready?
Yes. That is Jim's face through 90%.
Yeah.
I love those earrings that you sent. I posted them on the stories, so hopefully people will remember that. That's so cute.
I got them custom made by a shop. I can't remember the name right now. I can tell you later. There's a shop in Philadelphia, and they're on Etsy as well. And they make all different kinds of amazing earrings. And I requested them to me. I sent them pictures, and I said, I think they were the same pictures of what they have on Wikipedia, like that picture. And I said, can you make these into earrings? And they did.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, matching Jim and Pam earrings with the Jim necklace. So cool.
Oh my gosh, love it.
The Jim necklace is from Etsy.
Okay.
Yes.
Cute.
Nice.
That's awesome.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Yay.
Lovely. It stopped, my Zoom stopped recording like 2 minutes before it ended because I don't have any more space on Zoom, but it got the rest. It got everything that like we needed to say. We just missed the bye.
Okay.
I've got to remove it, I guess. I need an external hard drive, which costs like $100, which sucks, but oh well.
Oh, I think I have an extra one.
Well, I need to get one. It's because my laptop doesn't have very much space.
Yeah, my laptop doesn't either.
Yeah, and it's because I've been keeping the GarageBand files, which are bigger than the WAV files, so I need to move all the GarageBand files over to the...
Well, the good thing is for like $100 on one, you can get like 4 or 5 terabytes now.
Totally. So. Very much worth
And that's
it.
like 17 laptops worth of storage space.
So true. So true. I love it, though. That was so fun to get to talk to her.
Yeah.
I know, that's cute.
Yeah.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Hey, you guys. Thanks so much for listening. And I am so sorry to Alison that recording got cut off. That is so annoying. But I am in the market for a hard drive. I already deleted some stuff, but I've got to get paid to get a hard drive because it's expensive. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Maddie is not here right now, so I'm off the rails. Anyway, okay, so again, thank you so much for listening. Not going to keep you for too much longer because obviously we went way overboard, and I'm so happy that we did. But the main reason why I got back on here was because I wanted to tell everybody Alison's Caring Bridge website that she was talking about. And it's a social network to help people stay connected with family and friends during any health event, really. That's kind of what this website does. It looks really cool. But the website is caringbridge.org/visit/Hey It's Alison with 1 L. So the site name is called Hey It's Alison. And I'll post that in the show notes. And I just want to say thank you so much to Alison for being such an amazing warrior, and to just, send her all of your love, you guys. And listeners, if you're listening, you can follow her on Instagram. She says that she's happy for me to share that. So if you want to follow her, go ahead and do that. Obviously, you don't have to, but I think any well wishes would be great. Again, it's Alison with 1 L, Israel 82. And you can find her on Instagram. But I also really like the blog. So just read the blog and maybe share it with someone that you know who's suffering. But honestly, I just have to reiterate, number one, that cancer, sickness, all that stuff is not who you are, number one. And number two, if you want to show up for someone, just a friendly reminder, just show up. Like, don't wait for them to tell you what they need, and don't ask them, what do you need? What do you need? What can I do for you? Like, you don't have time the other person doesn't have time to think about what they need. And their head's so clouded anyway with like stuff, especially at the beginning. So if you want to show up, just show up. If you want to get dinner for them, just bring them dinner. Like, they can't make the decision of where they want to eat or like, what groceries they need or anything like that. Like, just do it. And if you can't do that, then, send them a heart, send them a message. Don't give them space. And again, I'm saying this from, what I've come into contact with. But they can respond or they cannot respond. They get to decide if they want space or not. You know what I mean? Like, you guys and we, as the person who cares about them, has to be the one to reach out and make that first step. So anyway, I'm sorry that I went on a little bit of a tangent, but Alison, I'm doing it for you. So, but again, thanks for coming on, and thank you for being such an inspiration to us. We are so happy that we got to talk to you. Everybody go follow her, look in the show notes. And thank you so much for all of the amazing reviews and things that you guys have been giving us. And we will see you next week. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great week.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.